All right.
Oh boy.
And we're
Temple time?
back.
We get to finally see the temple.
Hey.
I don't get to see
I don't
anything.
want to. I don't want to see the
Stop!
temple under these circumstances. I don't trust this.
I want to use my fucking
I don't
fists.
think y'all would have gone to the
I want to
temple under
punch.
any
I
other
want to fight. I
circumstances.
want to fight
I think.
God.
I think later, if Thespis asked, like later in the story, Cora might, but probably
I
not.
want to fight
Here's the
God.
thing. There's shit there. That's why every time that y'all have gone
You
up, I
know-
see the temple's over there, and you're
You
like,
know,
fuck the temple.
Casper. I recognize that. There's also probably stuff in the town hall. We're not going to the town hall unless we have to.
Yeah.
Because we gotta
None of us are religious
Sliz.
fucks. None of us are religious fucks. We have no reason besides mystery sleuthing and solving to go to the temple.
Well, I hope that's
We're
enough.
meeting
And we're-
Thespis. Ivor didn't
we-
believe in the gods.
And listen. I know that this is actually a mystery solving game, but
Yeah.
this has turned into a dating sim game. I hope you
No,
understand
that's
this.
fine.
Poppy seed muffins, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Feed
we
muffins.
remember.
It's in the old noggin.
All right. So, back from our intermission, everyone has
More waters.
yep,
Emergency.
You'd
berries.
be proud of me. This
Emergency
is
berries.
my second water for the
I
session.
am
I
so proud
usually
of
don't
you.
drink this much water. I might have also had a soda, but that's none of your business.
What points have been redeemed to my mods?
Quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know like a hydrate and dihydrate, a stretch, I think, and a posture check. I don't know the rest of them.
All right. So as they get that sent out, so the latest I want this to go is 1, because
Okay.
Chelsea.
Yeah, sorry guys. I gotta
okay.
cut off early.
Two hydrates.
How dare you?
All right, 2 hydrates.
Ah, cool. I can just chug. I'm not gonna do it again, Jason. I'm not gonna try to kill you.
All right, and then 1 posture check.
What? Why are you trying to kill
And
me?
2 stretches.
Last time we had a hydrated
I have an
dihydrate and
actual
nearly
chair
killed you.
this time, so I can
Yeah?
check my
You
posture.
have a chair.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
a
not
better
sitting
chair
in
than
a
what I'm normally
wheelchair
in.
anymore.
So, all
It's
right.
like a $200 gaming chair. It's great.
Me. So,
It's not my chair. I wish it was.
Thespis booked it out and ran towards the temple. As you follow behind, you notice that the fountain has been fixed. It is no longer
Hey!
broken. Was either fixed early in the morning or in the night. At some point, it got fixed.
Or the town fixed it itself.
Who
Just
knows?
Nexilis fix it.
Something happened. Fountain's fixed. And as Thespis is approaching, you notice that the temple door is like creaked open. Normally the doors are fairly heavy. So normally the doors kind of automatically shut. It seems that maybe some magic was done from the inside to open
Swear
it.
to God. Swear to God.
You all, I would say, would be able to catch up with Thespis.
Yeah.
And at about the time that Thespis pulls open the temple doors, the heavy wooden doors, you do see that Amir is standing up towards, you see this gorgeous temple, the inside. You see there are sigils and carvings on all inches of wood to honor so many gods. Basically, any gods that may have been worshipped by someone in Nexilis is basically there. You see shelves with books. You see these glass panes that you can't see from the front. They're on the sides. That if there was sun would shine in brilliant colors, but there is no sun, so it's simple pieces of art. You see mirrors, you see pews, and up at the front you see a large altar that seems to have offerings for various sorts. And Amir had been standing in front of, had lit some candles, some incense, very common offerings for Paylor.
What did you do to him?
Leave him alone.
He is standing, and next to him, taller than him, is Gideon. And they seem
knew it.
to be in a sort of conversation. And Gideon had been holding what seems
He's
to
like,
be
"Let
an
me in."
incense burner. There is no ash in the incense burner because it has been knocked onto Amir's clothes.
Fucking cunt.
Amir has frozen stiff as he stares down at himself with ash from the incense clinging to the fabric of his clothes, some of it on his fingers.
Oh, so flashbacks.
Yeah. That's why I called him a cunt immediately.
And Amir just, that is no way to get what you want. And you can tell that he is holding back tears as he refuses to look down at himself. And Gideon is just, we are going to talk. And we are going to talk now.
Gideon, are you acting like a child again?
You know, it is a bit rude to interrupt a person when they're worshipping. Even I know that.
Fuck you.
Oh, fuck!
I was also trying to be like as cordial as possible, but also understanding there's a layer of threat there. Not Magnum. I just like, fuck you, you're a bitch.
Yeah, no.
No. Today is Magna No Mercy Day.
And that's,
Well, we know what we're calling this episode.
yeah, Magna No Mercy. No Mercy
That's
Magna.
today. That's today.
Sit the fuck down, Taliesin. This is no more Mercy Percy. This is now No Mercy Magna.
Mercy Magna.
We take over. We take over.
I'm even wearing the shirt today, so we're good.
So, at about that point, Amir just, jumps, looks over. And you are also met with Gideon, who just very coldly shifts his gaze to you and puts the holder back down on the altar. And just, I'm having a conversation here. If you could
He was in the
please-
middle of worship.
You're throwing a tantrum is what you're doing.
I don't think you even know what's going on.
I know
Doesn't
well enough.
matter.
At about this point, you see that Amir has pulled a washcloth and is just scrubbing his hands. You see he's trying to get under his fingernails, and he is trying to keep himself composed, but he is scrubbing at his hands far harder than he needs to be. And Gideon is just, what do you all need? And Thespis is like, well, to be completely honest, I saw you here and knew that couldn't be a good sign.
Really quick, I have a quick question for you, Gideon. Do you think that Meredith would appreciate the way that you're acting right now? Because I
Cora
don't
doesn't
think that
react.
a woman
Cora-
as classy as she is would want to be anywhere near someone that acts like that. In fact, talking to her this morning, it seemed like maybe she was a little bit upset with you, but that's just me.
Roll persuasion. Or
It's like a
deception.
high school lunchroom.
Deception. So yeah, that's gonna be deception.
Holy shit.
Oh, fuck. I'm getting ready to roll initiative. I'm prepared.
7 plus 2, so dirty 20.
Nice.
30-20.
Nice.
Gideon just stiffens. Well, I'll trust her to come to me about that.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Yes.
Okay.
I love Ivor. And just Gideon just realizing his situation. Just, I'll leave you be. I'm
Probably
going
a good idea.
I'll be going to my office.
Fucking bitch, I love her.
Have a good day.
And to leave, Gideon does have to pass you all. So you have
Cora does not move a muscle.
okay.
He has to work to
Can-
get around them.
Can Ivor use the staff that she's been using to just, as he's walking by, just knock the edge of it underneath his foot?
I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were there.
Sleight of hand.
Oh god, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were walking this way. I was just trying to move for
I
you.
want to do this so bad. It's not important, but I want to
He's
do
gone.
this so bad. Okay, 13.
You feel it hit his shoe, but no one sees him. He doesn't stumble. He doesn't completely trip over himself. But he realizes what you were doing.
He knows.
Just, oh, I'm so sorry I didn't see you.
You have
Really, though, do have a good day.
He looks to Cora, and I'm assuming also to Magna, who hasn't.
Yeah, because we're not moving. We're staying where we are.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Did
that.
you
Oh.
need to get through?
Magna, what do you do?
No. I'm gonna wait a little bit.
Did you need to get through? I'm sure you could walk through the pews. Worst case. She's waiting for him to ask her to move because she's not moving.
We need a please. We need a genuine please.
I would like to leave.
And she's not hiding that.
Oh, yeah,
she's
no.
not hiding
Oh,
the
yeah,
fact that
no.
she's waiting for him to ask.
Yeah, just. I would like to leave.
That's understandable.
Yeah. Just pleasant expression, nothing wrong. Just, yeah, I'm sure you would.
You all do see Thespis kind of sneak around him and head towards Amir, who is still scrubbing.
Yeah.
And Gideon has just totally just... May I please move by?
She steps aside.
All right, what does Magna do?
I'm gonna spend a key point.
Oh, shit. All right, well, I guess roll initiative, guys.
I'm gonna spend a key
I'm trying.
point, and I'm going to grab the front of his shirt with a stunning strike.
Oh, all right, we're rolling initiative, boys and girls. Let's go.
Can't play this game and not take risks, and I haven't done a damn thing with my fists.
You haven't.
Okay, so what does that do?
When you hit another creature with a melee weapon attack, I guess my hands, you can spend
As a
one
monk,
key
your
point
hands count as a
to.
melee weapon.
I know. Thank you for making me feel like a dumbass. You can spend one key point to attempt a stunning strike. The target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be stunned for at least a turn. So since there's no combat, I guess it's.
Okay.
It's very brief,
So
but
I have
Yeah.
to roll.
You have to roll Constitution.
Okay.
As he just fucking decks him.
Okay, let me get Gideon's...
if this fails, we're gonna have to do combat, guys.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
In a temple.
Yeah, Cora would try to move that shit outside if we start to fight. Oh,
Smart. Where's Gideon? Gideon.
What? Oh, yeah. And then here is trash in the
Okay.
level.
All right. Constitution, you said?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Does a 6 work?
It does not.
Yeah, I didn't.
It does not work.
Yeah, so you stunned him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm holding him near inches from my face. I'm not saying anything. Just yet. I'm just keeping my eyes locked on his for a moment. And while he's stunned, because he can't move, and I'm pretty sure he knows he can't move.
Yeah.
I never said you could get past. You didn't get my permission.
I need a nut button.
I need
Poor
another.
Casper.
Oh, hold on. It is here. I forgot that it was here.
Thank you.
There you go.
It's so good.
You see his eyes go wide. That's the only thing he can do.
Mm-hmm.
He can't talk. He can't move, but his eyes go wide.
Mm-hmm.
You, from the other side of the... you hear with Thespis and Amir. Thespis just very calmly, it's like, it's gone, it's okay, there's no more here. And you see them kind of like using like magic to kind of wipe away all the ash from Amir's clothes. It's like, it's no longer in your hands, see, look. And you can tell that they are using their bardic powers to just calm him the fuck down.
Yeah.
So either you would be, it's basically calm emotions, but not quite. And
I know bards.
yeah.
Trust me, I know
Yeah.
bards.
So Gideon just stands. He can't respond. He can't move. He just stares. And if that's about a turn...
Hey, Gideon? It would really be a shame if Meredith found out about your behavior today.
And again, he can't move.
Nope.
He still has a little bit of time.
Yep. We're just gonna go check on Amir.
Yeah. Cora, by the time you get there, Amir's doing better. Thespis is going through some breathing exercises with him, and I'm fine. Thank you. I'm okay. And he's kind of grounding himself. And, you see him, you see that he's scrubbed his hands pretty raw, no wounds or anything, but just red and irritated and raw. And at about the time you get to him, that would be
Still keeping an eye on what's happening in the front. Because she's like, I don't trust that he's not going to try shit.
Yeah. So the freezing you would know it's about to start wearing off.
Yeah.
All right. What do you do when time's up? Do you just still hold him?
Before I let go, don't let me catch you again.
I kind of want to do something.
Hey, what do you want to do?
Do it.
I want to cast Detect Thoughts.
Oh,
Okay.
I knew it.
oh, perfect.
Dig as deep as I can.
Okay. All right.
Will require a save.
First.
So it does require a save.
Yeah. So
Let me
first,
see.
as soon as Magna lets go,
Ugh.
as soon as Magna releases, knee-jerk Gideon straightens himself, but he's still quite shorter than Magna.
Bitch.
Yeah. You hear just a, or what? And I need you to roll.
Oh,
Magna.
I didn't expect this. Oh, shit. I got too cocky. What am I rolling?
I need you
I
to
got
roll
too cocky.
Oh,
wisdom saving throw.
okay.
Excuse me.
Okay, who's gonna help me? Ooh.
I'll say because you scared the shit out of him, I'll give you advantage.
Okay,
Oh no,
who's-
Magna. Oh no, my actions have consequences.
Oh no!
Thanks,
For
Nessa.
you my portent,
Thanks, Nessa.
but
Oh no!
I only have a 13 left.
I mean, it might be better.
With advantage.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
true,
what
with
did you say?
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, Jenny, I thought you said something. I didn't hear you.
I did. I was saying that I could give you my portent, but it's only a 13. So you
That's-
might get...
That's fine, I guess. That might help a little bit better. So a 15.
Okay, no.
Because your wisdom's not so high.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you said
okay.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. You feel for a brief moment, and it's very brief.
I'm afraid.
This-
Oh, was it a spell, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah, I would have counterspelled it immediately.
Oh fuck, we're gonna get in combat. Shit.
Okay. Mind explaining how that works?
So counterspell is a bonus action.
Okay.
It's
Meaning
a
that
reaction.
Whenever someone
It's
else's, or it's a reaction. Whenever anyone else casts a spell, I can use counterspell and basically dispel it. As
long as they're within 60 feet.
Which I'm standing right in front of him.
Yeah.
It depends on the level of the spell that he is casting. But so long as it is, I think 3rd level or lower, I don't have to roll. If it's higher, then I have to make a spellcasting ability check, which the DC would be 10 plus the spell's level.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Would this be a spell or a feature? That's the question.
Because
Yeah,
if it's a
if it's a
class
feature, I can't do
it doesn't
anything.
work. It's
Yeah.
only on
If
spells.
it's a feature, it's a 15.
Yeah. No, this would,
If it's
this
a
would be
spell,
feature.
we're
This
gonna
would be a
we're
feature.
gonna
It's
get
a
rid of
feature.
that.
It's a Whisper Bard feature.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, thank you for the 15.
Yeah.
Thanks.
With 15,
I
for just
Fucking
a
the secrets.
brief moment, and it's short-lived. You feel this kind of crawling in your head, and it's almost like
Nasty.
just for just a moment, just like a bug's under your skin,
Ugh.
and you
I
feel
hate him.
like just
Love whisper
for the
bards.
briefest moment, eyes are on you, and you're not safe. But
Oh, fuck.
but you're able to shake it off.
I forgot he was a whisper bard.
You're able to shake it off
I love them so much.
as Gideon backs up, and through the space. Yeah.
I do still want to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. Yes.
And dig as deeply as I can.
Okay.
Oh,
So
fuck. I'm
digging,
so nervous.
digging deeper than
It requires a
Surface
save.
Okay. All right. So what would the save be?
And he knows.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to roll initiative. At this point.
I don't know.
I don't know.
He's
My
still
God.
trying to leave.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're not gonna let him yet.
Wisdom saving
I'm not
throw.
dumb.
We just don't get to leave.
Wisdom.
Yeah. Mhm.
That is a 19.
Oh shit, yeah. He's good at those.
He knows that I tried to get into his head, but I didn't get it.
Okay.
The 19 alone, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't add anything. So 19 plus like
Yeah.
2, I think. So he looks at you and just, that's not very polite.
Neither are you.
Huh.
So, when you decide to start getting manners of your own, I will start using them as well. But if you are going to continue to treat me and my friends with disrespect, you're not going to get any either.
And
Respect
When you
is
stop
earned,
acting like a
motherfucker.
child, I will start treating you like an adult.
If you don't, I have 2 fists.
In the words of my father, respect is earned, Gideon.
Oh.
Bye now.
yeah, I was about to say, and like the more of you gang up, you do see him kind of curl. And he's like keeping
Bye
his,
now.
Yeah, he's keeping his head up, trying to maintain the image, but you can tell by the way his shoulders curl in that he just slides out,
Get bent.
and with quick steps,
Say hi to Meredith for me, please.
and he is out the door.
I'm
And
just gonna go to a mirror.
you look over.
Oh
and
yeah.
Amir has, with a very steady hand, you see him kind of snap like a tiny little flame coming out the top of his fingers. He's relighting another incense stick, since Gideon had very disrespectfully just knocked it.
Like a child.
Carefully puts it down. Just, and he like looks over and he's like, "Oh, good morning. I hope that tea went well."
Surprisingly.
Good. Good.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. It's not on me now, so I'm okay. I would have been okay, but I greatly appreciate the assistance. Thank you.
Still, he's acting like a bully.
Well, he's not getting what he wants, so I had forgotten a lot about his behavior. Honestly,
How are you, by the way?
I'm okay. I've been better.
Are you saying you're okay as in you actually are, or you're hiding it?
I'm telling myself I'm okay.
I get that.
It's a lot. I'm not used to keeping secrets from my wife. And this is kind of big.
We'll get her out too.
I know she'd
We
prefer me.
promise.
Oh, you don't need to promise. Because I'm going to help. That's only fair, I feel.
We were hoping you would.
You can always count on me to help. whatever you need. Now, at this point, you do hear a little rumbling of thunder from outside. And I want everyone to roll perception. Or you could possibly use...
Don't be.
Ivor could possibly be detect magic if you want.
Okay, I don't have great perception.
Oh, who's... Okay, you were the littlest asshole. You can get in the corner.
6.
Okay.
I have 0 to my perception, so...
So yeah,
Oh, fuck.
If you want to
10.
change it to investigation, it'd be better, but you don't got it. It's fine.
Oh,
Could I use detect magic instead of what I rolled?
yes.
Yeah, I'll use detect magic instead because that was a 2.
yeah, I got a 10. I don't know what the
A 10?
fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
Just barely. Cool.
Oh, fuck.
So,
We scraping by.
with
Listen, that's all we got.
Yeah, right.
so with your detect magic, Ivor, you feel something coming from behind you, but also in front of you, and also a little to the side, and a little off there. And
How fast is it moving?
It's not moving. It's simultaneous.
What?
And it's from the windows, the stained glass windows. Something or someone.
Oh.
Magna, you look over, and Cora, you're relatively... Well, here, let me actually check Amir and Thespis as
No.
well.
Uh-oh.
Thespis
I think I have an idea,
What
and I'm not
kind of
about
magic is it?
All right, so Amir would notice, Thespis would not. So Cora, you and Thespis are distracted. The kind of magic would be... I guess the closest would be divination. That would be the closest, but you're not familiar with this. This feels very foreign.
It's the glass. It's the glass.
Jason, Magna...
Jason, not Magna.
No, yeah, fuck Magna.
I'm just there.
I'm just up here in Nexilis.
Hey.
It's like, hey, guys.
So, Magna and Amir look up, and you see in the stained glass windows, they were just angular shapes, just for pretty colors, yeah?
Does it feel similar to what I felt in the mirror at Gideon's?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And in Amir's... Yeah,
Which you still don't know about. You still haven't told
Yeah,
us what it's like in mirror.
sorry.
Yeah, so...
Maybe you'll be prompted to. Let's see.
So, in the windows of the temple, you see in one of the glasses, the colors start to change from their multiple vibrant colors to golds and pinks and silvers. You see that the glass is almost melding to show a picture of a gold-skinned, silver-haired Asmar wearing pink, braiding someone's hair. And you hear the softest, calming hums just echoing through the temple. And you recognize this Azamar from Amir's memories. And you see it slowly starts to change all of the windows. Start to show the same figure, braiding long, gorgeous red hair, which you would know is a symbol, one, of Sune, goddess of love and beauty, but also would fit the sisters. And you just hear this hum that sounds almost like a hymn, almost like a lullaby, that just soothes you, as if these little gestures of love were imbued with a magic of healing. And you hear this voice. It's very melodious, very flamboyant, and a voice that you haven't heard. But Magna, you can tell Amir recognizes it. You have the most gorgeous hair. Look at you. How do you take care of this? And it's just so calm. And then the windows go back. So Magna, Amir, and Ivor, I'll say, were the ones who heard that. And you faintly smell perfume, like a rose-based perfume, just waft in the air. And Amir just, Philia? And he like starts looking around, but it's gone. And you hear another rolling of thunder. We're just... did you all hear that? See that? And
What?
Thespis, what?
They're still here.
See what?
Valia was in the windows.
I saw it.
And Thespis recognizes that name. He did spend a lot of time here. This and the spa.
Why here?
Why here?
You said there were other mirrors in there?
There were mirrors. Do you want to go investigate the mirrors?
I want to go look at the mirrors.
Okay.
Did Ivor pull anything from the mirrors specifically when she felt it?
It would have been the same. Like you
It's
would have been
overwhelming.
you
Yeah,
would
we're-
have been focused on the glass, the stained glass.
Hi, Mom.
Hello.
Hello.
Either a
Just
car
let me know.
backfired or a transformer exploded and it
Oh,
spooked
no.
me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So Magna, you headed straight over to the window. No, to the mirror.
To the mirror, yeah.
Ivor would follow, especially if she's feeling magic from it.
Yeah. You head over to the mirror. And as you approach, you see a Goliath
Oh God.
who you recognize fighting side by side with the Azamar in many of the memories. His husband.
Oh, fuck you.
And the
We
Goliath.
do that, are we?
The Goliath man, you see tattoos and markings, bald head. You can just tell from what little you can see of the shoulders and down that very strong, very muscular, scars, like a fighter or a gladiator, barbarian. Standing. And Magna, when you approach the mirror and look in the mirror, he sees you. And he puts a hand on the glass. Massive hand.
I'm tempted. I'm going to do the same.
It's just a mirror. You don't feel anything. And he looks at it. He looks at you, and you can tell that he goes to say something. And it's gone.
Oh, fuck.
They're here. They're still here. And he's just going to... Are there any other mirrors?
There would probably be one more closer to the entrance.
Can I go to that mirror?
Yeah. Do you walk? Do you run? Do you...
I'm running to the next mirror.
Okay.
Okay. Ivor tries to follow.
Okay. Amir actually grabs your hand, Ivor, and like leads you.
Cora's joining after that.
Yeah, and like Thespis would have seen that because they were guided to it, and Cora, you would have also seen it.
Yeah, she didn't walk right up to it though. She just watched from a distance, but she's walking to this one.
Yeah. You head down to the other mirror, and you see a fluffy tabaxi.
Oh,
A very like almost like Mancoon.
No.
Like very fluffy. Young
Casper.
eyes.
no.
Young eyes. Some like low key kind of gothic attire. More like punk goth sorta. You see that his markings are very prominent on his face. And you see him, like, see you guys, and just, he turns and he calls. And you can tell that he's calling, but he isn't, you can't hear. Yeah? I can't hear you.
Casting.
Huh?
Is there any way I can try casting Detect Thoughts?
I will say this. If you try, it will not work.
Damn it.
I will just...
Don't waste your spell slot.
Don't waste your spell
I just wanted to try.
No, but I also don't want to be the dickbag DM that lets you waste spell slots. It's not going to work. And you see briefly before it starts to kind of fade, like him kind of tap, and like you see...
Oh, but like as he's tapping, I'm just gonna sign like I see you.
And you see him pull the young drow that you saw drumming on Amir's in the bakery. You see him picking up this much smaller drow man that just radiates trans mask vibes. I need you all to know. He's got the buzzed hair and over. He's got the leather jacket that's a bit too big for him, you know, with patches and buttons and shit.
Drow.
And you can tell, even though his eyes are white from rim to rim, the emotion on his face of shock, and also just like, you can tell in his mouth that he says, "You see me?" But you can't hear it.
I see you.
And then they fade away.
Oh, damn it.
Casper, what?
Damn it.
No.
Damn it.
Thespis is frozen.
Rude.
Guys, I had a dream last night.
About?
I met someone that's never been here.
Who did you meet?
I don't know. Another god, I think. Same boat as me. The whole, like, not an active god thing, you know? Retired, maybe? And they said that something's coming. That help is coming. I didn't really understand it. That's kind of why I was weird this morning.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna ask. I should have, apparently.
No, it's fine. I didn't want to talk about it because, I mean, we're all in the same boat here. I don't know what it means. But that? And they kind of gesture to the mirrors.
Yeah.
And it's never thundered as long as I've been here.
Something's changing.
And it is not just in Gideon's house and here either. I saw it. I saw the other one, the other sister.
When?
I was talking to Amir like a couple days ago.
Amir just... This
You saw it.
We saw Carmen and Gideon's, and I guess you saw Anya's.
You saw Anya. You just forgot the minute that you saw.
Carmen looked scared when we saw her.
She often was.
I'm more worried that it has something to do with what's going on now. Considering that their stories were being written in the book.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What book?
Oh.
Okay, all right. No. If telling me violates someone else's situation, That is not my place. But if I should know, please tell me.
There's a book that is used for necromancy.
You see Amir
And-
stiffen a bit.
Meredith is having someone use it to write down the stories of the two sisters. Supposedly, it's supposed to bring them back as specters or ghosts.
You see Amir kind of like processing, just. And I'm assuming whoever Meredith is making do this
Isn't willing.
We have the book now. It's
She
nowhere
does
near
not.
her control.
I will admit, it's not hard to guess who, but it's okay. I will not say anything. You haven't confirmed it, so I am not going to act. But if she lays her hands on him,
We're with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna seem like a weird pivot, but I promise it has a point. Hespus, you said you had trinkets of people that were forgotten.
yeah, I tried to
You
keep
haven't been by your house in a couple of days.
No.
Not really. They could have come back. It's something we should check. If things are changing, if something's happening.
Worth a shot?
Oh,
If
Jenny, you can't
you-
hear. Oh, there you go.
There we go. We can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Worst case, I could run by the library, and if we can't find them in your house, I could try to swap out the spell, see if I can track it down.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We can go check my house. So yeah, let's go check my house. And before Thespis can walk, Amir kind of grabs the back of Thespis' sleeve. Just. Is it everyone? Everyone who's died is in the mirrors? And Thespis is just. Well, the forgotten, like anyone who's died at the monsters we've seen through the mirrors, might assume it's all of them. The mirror just. And then we can get them back. Right? Thespis. Well, we're gonna do our best. And Amir gives a nod. Okay. Well, it may be a bit suspicious if we all take off to your house. So, I am going to gather my things, head to the bakery. But please feel free to stop by and keep me in the loop.
Before you go, I just wanted to say about yesterday. I'm really sorry for being as harsh as I was.
I was upset in the moment, and I will admit, I do not take kindly to my loved ones being brought into situations that they do not need to be in. But you are right. And I'm sorry that I yelled at you.
It's okay.
Well,
I promise it's okay.
okay. Well,
Just wanted to apologize.
I accept the apology. And I apologize back.
And I accept yours.
Well, then I think we're set.
Okay.
Before you all go, before Thespis goes to take the charge, Amir grabs your hand, Magna. Just thank you for everything.
He's just like nervously, just like, oh yeah, I did that.
Shit, I forgot.
Shit. And he's just, I wanted to do that on day one, but I didn't do it. So I thought
You did.
better to do it now than not at all.
Well, I appreciate it.
Good. I'm glad that you're okay.
Oh, okay. It takes more than that to render me useless. And he kind of gives a little pat over his heart. And he lifts his hand, and he kind of like, he has your hand in his, and he kind of like kisses your fingers.
That's so weird.
He pats your hand.
I'm thinking the same thing, goddammit.
You stay safe out there. I'll see you later.
Do not burn any bread.
Oh, well, it's been a while. I hope I'll keep up the streak.
Good. Good.
Okay.
You'll just have to come by and have some later.
Sunshine boy.
Sunshine.
He gives you like a little wink, and then goes to pick up his stuff.
Oh shit.
Ears. The ears.
They flop and they flop.
They flop a little bit.
They get a little red.
And they get a little red.
So, Emir goes to pick up his stuff, and then
Flutter ears.
Thespis goes to lead you all to their house. So, Thespis does wait for you all to seem to be ready to go, and then just takes the charge to the house. As you're walking, you do see, Cora, you would see, all of you, most of you see people kind of walking around. You hear voices. You see Beckett is actually walking with Malik and Lily. She seems to be keeping an eye on them today. And you hear her talking in Elvish to Malik.
I understand that.
Me too.
I understand
that. What's she saying?
No secrets. No secrets.
Not allowed.
We all speak it.
It's literally just the usual, like, don't run too far ahead. As you can tell that Lily is very similar to when you first saw the kids. Lily taking Malik on an adventure.
Sprint.
And
she run.
yeah.
How does Lily look though? Is she relatively okay from what you can?
Yeah.
Like what we
She's a fucking 13-year-old. She bounces back.
She bounces back immediately.
years
had
of
a really-
trauma
if
just
She probably
bounce
had a
back.
really bad
Years of
night.
trauma.
If
Oh, yeah.
nothing
But is putting
else,
on something.
I was about to say, if nothing else, she does seem to be masking it well.
Yeah.
But you do see
Babe.
that Malik and Lily are like physically closer. They seems to be like more of a comfort between them, and could lead you to assume that Lily confided in Malik.
That's
Yeah,
so
because she
good.
doesn't have anyone else outside of us to confide in.
That's
Oh
so
no.
As you're all walking by, Beckett sees you all, double takes, and just it's like, all right, stop running.
I swear to God.
God damn it.
Just stop it.
Just, can you all just go to the tavern for a bit? Thank you. And Beckett actually walks up to you all.
You're someone else's problem now, not mine.
She walks up to you all. Just, excuse me, if you're not busy. And Thespis like, oh, no,
Good morning.
we're just walking. Beckett, good. And she points to you, Ivor. You. Ivor, right?
Because you only talked to Beckett once.
Yeah.
Right. And you see her, and Magna and Cora, you would see her do this in a gesture that you can tell it's almost just like reflex for her.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of leans in, because she is a solid 4 or 5 inches taller than Ivor. Leans in, and you see her hand go onto
The
the
peacock blade.
hilts of the peacock blade and go,
Yep.
what did you give my brother? The bracelet.
The bracelet.
That is an expensive piece of jewelry. I can tell that anywhere. That is going near the platinum range of cost. I need to understand why you are near stranger giving my brother such trinkets.
I just had it on me.
Do you
just
often give 8-year-old children jewelry?
I used to have really bad stage fright when I was little. And I noticed that he kind of freaked out a little bit. So, as people used to do with me, I told him it was magic, that it would make him brave.
And it's not.
No. It does. It's just the bracelet. It might be expensive, but I don't need it.
You see her kind of tapping idly. Cormac, you see her kind of tapping idly on the hilt, but she lets go. Pats it. He likes it. I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Okay?
What were you saying? Can't hear you again.
Fuck!
We
There
heard
you go.
that. We heard that.
Just keep talking. Don't
I
stop.
don't know why it's
Yeah, don't
happening. Okay. I hoped he would. It was doing more good there than sitting at the bottom of my bag. I didn't mean anything by it, and I'm sorry if it worried you.
I'm just protective.
I would be too. He's a good kid.
He is. And where did he go? Ugh. I'm gonna go check the tavern, make sure the kids got there, alright?
Beckett,
Yes.
whenever you're free, I've heard you really like playing card games.
You see
It's been a
Oh
God.
the gold in her eyes twinkles. Yeah.
been a while since I've gotten to play a good card game. You probably beat me. Not very good at them, but
Then I will.
good.
I can teach you a few tricks.
I'd love that.
Alright.
So you're not mad at me?
I was never mad.
Just protective.
Just protective.
Okay, because for a moment there I was worried for my safety.
I never said he shouldn't be.
That's very true. I will say, just because she's like,
I'm
I'm
afraid.
just gonna put this little nugget in here just so like maybe you don't kill me.
Yeah.
Winter might be a little upset about that, but you do you, I suppose. Anyway, weren't we going somewhere?
I'm not gonna hurt you. Don't worry about it. And she kind of gives you this very, gentle pat. If you hurt my brother, that shoulder comes clean off.
Oh no, that's never been a plan.
Good. Then we're fine.
Fuck. Becca didn't know where to fuck around.
She never does.
Hey, Jason, can I get a nut button, please?
You certainly can. There you go.
These are bad bitches with southern accents. Oh no, I know exactly what it is. Jenny.
It's like, don't perceive me.
So you all go to Thespis's.
Wait, is Beckett turning back towards the tavern? Beckett, one more.
Beckett,
Hello.
1, 2. Stops. Yes.
What do you want?
Just wanted to be included.
She looks at you. Good job.
Thank you. That is sarcasm, I can tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little monster wants to know what Beckett's pronouns are.
She, they, primarily she. So she kind of gives you all and heads on out. with the confidence of a woman who knows she could murder probably every
single one of us.
Everyone here.
Everyone but Thespis in this room right now would die.
Yes. But she has no reason to, so she's not going to.
Yet. She hasn't found one yet.
So what we do is when we release her, we just let her go.
You don't
She'll
stop
just
her.
fix it for
Like,
us.
all right, get out.
Roger, Meredith, Gideon, not a fucking problem if we got
No.
Beckett. Everything's fine.
She did.
I say we free her next. It's
She
fine.
did break herself free from a cursed object and then destroy it.
It's
So
very true. Yeah, she might be our best bet to free. I don't think we need the rest of the town. We could free the rest of the town in one fucking go with Beckett. Just kill Meredith and Gideon and Roger. We're fine. We're set.
So, you all then follow Thespis to their house. They lead you in. You can tell that Thespis has been did a little bit of picking up last time.
I love this music.
Their supplies are more organized. It's like, I'll admit it had been quite a while since I'd had anyone but Mikhail over here, and honestly,
He doesn't seem like someone that would care.
no, they really aren't. They really aren't. So
No, it doesn't look that bad to me.
Did Mikhail get the
your
Did
opinion
Mikhail
is
get
all
the
that
shoes from
I know.
here?
the shoes?
Yeah, the jingle jangle shoes.
Oh no, that's actually their hat. They can use their hat to change their outfit, and it's an illusion.
I also,
Oh,
I
I
also
thought
don't
you were
think
going to
that-
say they put the hat on their shoes, and that's
I don't think Thespis was conscious when that happened.
No, but Thespis assumes.
I don't think
Just
that's
what jingle jangle shoes? You want to run that
What
by
are you
me
talking
again?
about?
What the
That's
fuck
right,
does
no,
that mean?
They would have been unconscious during that point. So it's like the jingle jangle shoes. The jingle jangle. They have jingle jangle shoes?
Clown shoes?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, okay.
little
So they only
bells
really
on
own
them.
one outfit. I've tried to make them multiple, but they like their clothes. They keep it clean, so it's fine. But that hat it's a hat that they can use to change their appearance, their clothes, and they use it often mostly for the kids, really. Don't really need it for any other reason here. So, yeah, that's probably what the jingle jangle shoes were, unless they're holding out. And honestly, I want to see their jingle jangle shoes if they got new ones.
They're really dumb looking.
I'll-
They're really dumb looking.
I
It's
wanna
very
see it- I
funny.
want to see it more now.
Yeah. I imagine if you got Lily to ask if he could do it, I feel like he would, without hesitation.
Oh yeah,
No, scratch that. A little hesitation.
Mikhail doesn't do anything without hesitation.
But
so
I think
little-
Lily could pressure him into doing it again.
Doing
Yeah.
the jingle jangle shoes.
So Thespis shuts the door and it's like, okay, I kept them in my room. So I'm gonna go check. If you guys want to stay here, if you want to come with me, I don't care. I'm gonna go check.
Do you want someone to come with you? Because there is a chance that they won't be there.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Cora would go with them.
Okay. So they lead you back to their room. And you see their room is organized chaos. Very artsy.
Like them.
Yes.
Like them.
Yes. Yes.
Just the embodiment of who they are.
Organized chaos.
Yeah.
You see various art pieces hung up. You see some written works that they found a way to hang up. You see some paintings and drawings that they've done that they've hung up. You see things that look like they may have been done by Lily and Malik have been hung up. You see just little trinkets. It's like Howl's room, but not that.
Not nearly as messy
Yeah.
and like chaotic.
Right. It's like a watered down version of Howl's room. And you see in the corner something, perhaps a statue or a frame, has been covered with a large tapestry. But it's out. But it's just covered. Thespis goes to dig under their bed, and it's like, okay, am I gonna be completely honest? It's been a little while, so I'm just gonna kind of check everywhere because I don't know if they went right back where they were.
Okay.
make yourself at home. And like you see them kind of like crawling onto the floor to like look under their bed, and, like moving shit. You can hear that there's stuff.
I love
under
them
the
so
bed.
much.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go.
What's on the tapestry that they covered it with?
The tapestry seems to be some. It's not like a magical thing. It's very flowy designs. It looks to be almost like dyed with watercolor. Like it's the very light colors, almost tie dye, but like without the lines, the creases. It's just very smooth, as if someone like took a brush with watercolor to paint over it and smear it around. But even though it seems to be like it would have been painted on a thin fabric, it seems like a very sturdy. So there may have been some magic at play.
There absolutely was magic. It's fucking Thespis.
Yeah.
I assume there's magic in everything they do.
Yeah, honestly. So, they look around under their bed, shuffling things around, kind of pushing some stuff out from under the bed. You can tell that they're totally the kind of person that's like, company, kick shit under their bed.
Hide it, cover it with the curtain.
Yeah.
Put it in the closet.
Yeah. Just toss shit over it, hide. That's just like, okay.
It's clean until they do anything in their house.
Yeah. It's like, it looks clean.
Don't open any of the doors. Pay no mind to the man behind the curtain. It's fine.
So
I know that life too well.
Yeah. Thespis then goes to start digging through their closet. And it's like still nothing. It's like, and like as they still like they're kind of like on their hands and knees digging through like the back corners of their closet. So they're kind of shouting back to you. It's like, I'd ask you to help, but you really have no idea what I'm looking for.
No clue what you're looking for.
Do you want to take a look around? Just see what's in Thespis's room?
Yeah.
Okay.
She would.
All right.
I spy with my little
eye.
So, are you going to look at anything in particular? Are you going to investigate the tapestry? Are you going to look at the paintings?
I want to look at what's on the tapestry, but I don't know if Coral would. Fuck.
I was about to say, if you want to...
Because I mean, does it look like it was purposely thrown over, or just mix in with the chaos of the room?
It's hard to tell
Okay.
because of just how things are kind of placed.
Yeah. Okay, then yeah, she probably would
Okay.
look over there
Okay.
and like look at everything else while she's kind of walking that way, but she would look over there, especially if it looks like it was just kind of thrown
Okay.
because it's Thespis.
Yeah. So you go over, looking around. Do you like lift the tapestry to see what's under it?
Yeah, I'm too curious not to, and so is she.
It's a suit of armor.
Oh, fuck you.
Well.
Which suit of armor? Is it their own, or
the one they died in?
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Back down.
You can tell.
Nope.
You can tell that the where they had been stabbed in the chest with the big claymore has been mended. It's been mended.
Oh.
But you can also tell that it probably has not been touched since.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, that's fierce.
And everything else you see is like stacks of works in progress, plays and songs. You see drawings and paintings and just little trinkets, little doodads, little pieces of jewelry that looks like they may have made. Like just they're constantly creating.
They make shit. They're makers.
Yeah.
Like that's what.
Yeah, they can't stop.
This is a god with ADHD.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's just in a nutshell. You nailed it. Great job. Here's a prize. Like
You solved Nexilis. There you go.
just had to figure out what Thespis is.
Yes, a god with ADHD.
It took us 5 sessions. It's fine.
Should have
Well,
only
that's why you were saying 3 to 5 sessions.
Yeah, like we solved
that
the
makes
god
sense.
thing like super early, but we
was
were
that
waiting
last
on that
bit.
last little
It was
bit.
that ADHD that we just had.
So,
to look a
sequel
little harder
time?
to find.
Sequel time.
We start right now. Okay.
We just
Who
had
has
to
depression?
no. We just had to
next one.
snoop. We just had to snoop through Thespis's house. That was it.
So, Thespis kind of just, you hear them pull out of their closet and just kind of plop, like they're kind of seated on their own feet. It's like, it's not here.
I had a feeling it could happen. She's over by the tapestry still,
Yeah.
but she covered it back up before Lesbos came out because she's like, that's the bear I don't want to poke. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, fuck.
Thespis like, yeah. Thespis looks up at you and like doesn't seem to think that you would have been like looking under there.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I had kind of hoped, but I wasn't too convinced. But hey, we can help people remember, and they still seem to be here.
Yeah.
That's good. Or if nothing else, if they aren't here, they can communicate.
Yeah.
Which is also good. Hopefully.
I would agree. What's going on?
I just wish I knew more. I wish I knew what was going on. You know, being a god, I used to have a confidence in my knowledge of most things.
Mm-hmm.
I was never omnipotent. But, you know, I was able to figure shit out. And now it just feels like a massive chess game, and I've never been good at chess. I get bored.
Good thing I am.
And that's the key.
Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
We'll figure out what's going on to challenge them to a game of chess.
I really hope that works.
You know what? I'll cheer in your corner.
It hasn't been tried, so.
Well, I'll be your cheerleader when the time comes.
The dream you had.
Yeah.
That's new.
Yeah. Been a while since I've had a dream other than other people's memories.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I thought it was one of your guys's, and then they said my name.
Sorry, Jason just sent me a message. Forgot it, I gotta turn my phone over. I can't look at that. Sorry.
Just, you know, I thought it was one of your guys' memories, and then they said my name, so that that kind of made it clear to me that it was not.
Not one of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if any of us have had interactions with gods. Someone in the group might have. Who knows? But that's certainly really weird.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Something's kind of been bugging me a bit.
Okay.
Based on the question Amir asked. As I told you, people have died here that weren't forgotten. Well, someone. And that's also not a person I would like to come back.
Yeah.
I don't know how this would have affected him.
Well, this is gonna sound kind of gruesome, but I was curious if new territory for me, but I was curious if the body was still where it was.
I don't think that's been checked.
Doesn't hurt to check. It's
I'm
very against what my world would do once someone's buried, but
well, think of it like a crime scene.
Yeah.
You just gotta. I'm sure Beckett remembers exactly where it is.
probably.
If I remember correctly, she's the one who buried him after she stopped bleeding.
That's good to know. Speaking of Beckett and her uncle, I had Beckett's death last night. And there's something weird about it.
What do you mean?
With all the other deaths, whenever the person dies, it ends. That's it.
Right.
Beckett's didn't.
I've had her death before, and it did.
It didn't for me.
Right after she
It didn't.
stabbed.
It didn't. It tunnel visioned, and then she woke up here, and it showed what she did to her uncle. He also immediately woke up here, like we know, but it was weird because all the other dreams that I've had, they ended before they got to Nexilis, and it was weird.
Things are becoming more interconnected.
Yeah.
Because I've had her death many times as my dreams, and they always end when she stabbed her uncle. Okay, well, things are changing.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, I like change, but
This is pretty drastic change.
there's a lot at risk.
Yeah. Normally, for where I'm from, change doesn't happen this abruptly, especially this intensive change.
It's been a while since it has here. In fact, I don't think it ever has. Freeing the people is the right thing to do. It has to be.
I agree.
But I guess there's consequences.
We knew that going in. Maybe not. We wouldn't have guessed what happened.
I wouldn't have guessed this.
No. But if anything, I think these consequences are good. I'm not looking forward to what people in town will do. But these consequences, they're giving us pieces to an answer and a riddle you haven't had an answer to in a very long time.
Yeah, and I'll take that. Maybe we should talk to Beckett. Figure out if the body's still here.
That was my plan. Part of the reason I asked if she wanted to play cards. That's the way to talk. I'm going to be honest, because I'd feel kind of awful for it, so I'm going to let you know. I'm naturally very curious, and I snoop a bit, obviously.
Good. It's been a good help so far.
Just points at the tapestry.
And just...
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not mad. I've considered tucking it in my closet so I don't have to look at it, because I just can't bring myself to. It's nice armor. Again, only a god could kill a god. Nothing else can pierce through that. None of your weapons would work. Not even a scratch.
Impressive.
It was made for me by a friend. Not the friend.
Mm-hmm.
An actual friend. It means a lot to me. It's a work of art, honestly. It just kind of reminds me that I have a bad habit of acting too late sometimes. Maybe I keep it out to try and remind myself to not make that mistake again.
I don't think you will. In fact, I know you won't. You were on time for us. Got there before Mary just did.
It's true. Well, I will attempt to continue to be punctual. If not early. You know, you always want to be there early. Thank you, 5. You know, all that.
What a fucking nerd!
Fucking nerd. Just... You don't have to keep reminding yourself of that. I know you think that you do, but I don't know if we get out of here, and we will. I'd like you to be able to move forward, go freely.
It's hard.
I know.
And I feel like you might understand more than anyone else here. That people I care about, but also people I didn't know. My subjects, my worshippers. It's always weird to call them those things. My audience. Many died because of my mistake.
It wasn't just yours, though.
Well, I had a part to play.
We all have parts to play, Thespis. It wasn't just your mistake. What I told you the other night, that you've done enough. You do everything that you can. What you say and what you do, it's up to the other people to make those choices. You can try to help them and persuade them in a different path, but it's not your fault, the path that they choose. You tried. You did everything that you could. And even when there was nothing left, you still kept trying. It wasn't your fault.
Thank you. I'm working on believing it.
Good.
There's not a lot of options when it comes to help here. I've gotten terrible reviews on the therapist here, so I am not. Let's go talk to Beckett.
Yeah.
I heard Magna downstairs,
hello?
We're like trying on costume hats and shit.
No. Magna is trying on costume hats and proceeding to put them on Ivor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh hey, I have this like knight's helmet. I want to see how it looks. I'm just like
Stay still.
Just putting it on Ivor, and she's just sitting there. It's just this huge metallic thing, just on her head with like a plume on the top. It's stupid looking.
Oh god.
Like the fucking helmet from Night at the Museum with the Roman soldier.
Yeah. Like a gladiator helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before they go downstairs, Cora would just kiss their forehead.
Thespis would pull Cora into like a big hug. Thespis pulls Cora into a big hug. Mm-hmm. Stands there, kind of holds you for a moment.
You talk back.
You know, you smell really nice. I hope that's not weird.
Cora's face flushes because she's like, ah. No, it's not weird. Thank you.
Just a little pat on the back. Pulls back, and you see that the blush behind their freckles it's kind of making their freckles twinkle in their eyes. Just let's go talk to Beckett about dead body.
Yeah. Yep. Back to business. Okay.
And it starts downstairs.
Cora takes a second because she's like,
You guys were taking a long time up there.
Yeah, I was trying to find and look through the trinkets, and I didn't find anything. And then we got to talking about Beckett's uncle and like the fact that he didn't die from the monsters, so he's not a forgotten. Is his body still there? So we might go
just rambling.
See
just
if
can I insight?
Yeah.
There's fucking ramblings. Fuck.
Yep.
16?
Oh, they are so flustered. You don't know what happened, but they are so flustered. So we might go dig up a dead body. You ever gone grave robbing before?
You two didn't kiss, did you?
No.
Huh.
Oh.
We hugged.
Because...
Not yet, then.
Oh,
okay.
No. There is still time.
You both? I love you. Both so
like
much.
Before Cora comes downstairs.
Shut up.
How many doors do we need to lock?
Just no. Listen, okay. It's been a while. Last time I
Okay.
did this, it didn't end so well for me.
Well, we gave you a while.
You gave me less than a week.
Well, we gave you a while upstairs. You have so many hats. We can try on more hats.
We have a body to dig up, Magna. Let's go.
Hey, listen, Vespers. I'm just going to let you know, as someone who had never kissed anyone before, I still did it.
Don't look at me.
You.
Do not perceive me.
They point at you, Magna. I can't really hold that against you because I know Amir. But I'm still gonna.
Oh, Vespers, do you have stage fright?
I do not. No, me? Stage fright? No, there is a difference between stage fright and feelings, okay? There is a big difference when it's
What's the difference?
One's mine and one's not.
Is there an encore in both?
If you do really good.
Hey, Cora, I think Vespers needs to tell you something.
I think you need to do really good.
We have a body to dig up. Let's go. Grave robber. And they throw open the door and start out the door.
Grave robber! It's the Grave Robber song. Everyone sing along. Grave Robber!
Or is that from fucking Repo? Was that what you were referencing?
Fantastic. Fan-fucking-tastic.
That was a Repo the Genetic Opera reference.
Oh, God.
And they head out the front door.
Ivor and Magna are from Le Monster. Ivor and Magna are speedrun gays, and Vespus is slow burn.
Yeah.
Yes, accurate, correct.
As soon as Cora comes downstairs, if she questions anything that, like, Ivor called to her about.
What? Just what?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Okay, no.
Just
I don't want to do it.
No reason to worry about it.
I feel like you're not telling me the
Just gonna
truth.
walk out.
Just deal with it later.
Walk
Okay.
away.
Ivor looks really funny in a big helmet.
I have no doubt. I'm kind of sad I missed it.
Or not. And then he's gonna walk out the door.
We're just alone in
I love
Festus's
how
house currently. Just like,
intensely Ivor and Magnus ship this.
Mm-hmm.
we're just in Festus's house, like, what? Like, I don't know what's happening.
I don't know.
Just walks out after. I'm still confused, but okay. We got shit to do.
Thespis
Ugh.
is humming a song that none of you characters would recognize.
Trying to just ignore. Just don't look at me. Don't look at me.
They were kind of overcompensating a bit, like, hey, how you doing?
Trying to distract them as much as possible.
Yep. And gets to the tavern. And they'd wait for you all to catch up before going in. You do see seated at the bar is...
Fucking shit. Sorry.
You do see seated at the bar. We're getting into our last hour, so we're going to keep going. At the bar is Beckett seated with Malik and Lily. And Wallace has put out plates of food for them all. And they're seated, kind of like a steak and shake. They're seated at the bar. And Beckett's just kind of like talking to Malik and Lily. Just chatting. They don't quite seem to realize that you have come in. Thespis starts approaching the bar, and you feel a shift in the air. Gets kind of tense. Beckett doesn't seem fazed. Wallace doesn't seem fazed.
Oh, what bullshit are you pulling?
This is Roger.
You hear a voice
No.
that
It's
pretty
Roger.
much everyone but Magna
Oh shit. Nope.
would recognize.
What?
Hmm?
On the wind, you hear, "There you are, you little shit."
Oh Oh shit! What?
Fuck!
And you see
What?
It's what Beckett's uncle said, or the
To
uncle
Malik.
said to Beckett to Malik before killing him.
Oh. Oh yeah, I wouldn't have heard that.
Yeah, no, it's
you
only
would
it's
hear
only
it, but you
Ivor.
wouldn't recognize it.
Oh yeah.
In our group, it's only
It's kinda
Ivor
like-
and Cora that heard it.
What the fuck?
You hear that? Thespis freezes. Malik is stiff as stone. As his breathing, eventually he starts to breathe again. And it's very labored. And very strained. His eyes have gone wide. And Lily just, Malik, like kind of goes to reach a hand, but you notice that her hand, as she's about to touch Malik just melts down and starts to sob.
Ivor's gonna bend down herself. She knows that Beckett's there, but she's gonna bend down herself.
Beckett is seeing this, but clearly did not
Yeah.
hear. And it's just, oh, no. And she gently, Ivor pushes you away. Don't touch him right now. And she kneels down. Malik, it's okay. And you hear her talking in Elvish, just very... It seems that Beckett is assuming that this is an overstimulation meltdown.
Yeah, not triggered by PTSD.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And Wallace is like, oh, is he okay? And Beckett, it's fine, it's going to be okay. Malik, it's okay. And you hear her very calmly. And Thespis is just... Okay. I am going to go talk to Dimitri really quickly. I'll be
Probably a good idea.
right back.
We look around. Like,
Okay.
Is there anything in the glass, in the mirrors,
Roll
anything?
perception or investigation.
oh yeah, that. Ooh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll one of my fucking things for investigation. I'm gonna roll one of my psionic dice thing because I rolled fucking 2 and I have a plus
Ivor
7.
apparently
So
is
mad.
too worried about Malik because I rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
21.
Ooh, okay.
Fucking serious. Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay.
I have a plus 7 to investigation. I rolled 2 on both fucking dice.
Oh no. So, Ivor, you are fully focused on Malik. Cora, you are watching Malik. You recognize that voice. You heard it. You have heard it. And you are just remembering the dream. And you want to comfort Malik, but you know that you don't know how. And you don't.
Yeah, it's out of her league.
Yeah.
She's not trying.
Magna, you...
She's probably honestly keeping Ivor back.
Yeah. Just like, I know you want to help us. Relax.
Yeah.
Magna, you look over and you don't see it in the mirror. You don't see it in the reflection of the glass. You see a haze of a ghost. For a fleeting moment within the tavern of a human man staring daggers at Beckett and Malik.
Oh shit.
But you can tell he's intangible. You can tell you can see through him. He has no color. It's just like this wispy haze. And then he looks in your direction, but seems to be looking like right through you. As he kind of turns towards the door, and as he's stepping away, fades away.
Oh shit.
He didn't die from the monsters. He's not trapped in shit. He's not trapped in the mirrors.
No.
So,
Oh, that's.
Shit.
Fuck.
Shit.
so
Oh no.
Beckett seems to be getting Malik to calm down. she's kind of eventually, it's like, can I touch you? Can I? And like he nods and she pulls him close and he just clings to her. And you can tell that's when she starts to get confused. Because this is not normal behavior for his meltdowns. Again, she didn't hear the uncle's voice. All she knew is that her brother started sobbing. She holds him and like looks at Lily. And it's like, Lily, could you be a dear and please go get Dalavash? And Lily nods and kind of looks at all of you, and you can tell that she's startled. That she heard it too.
She heard it too. Everyone who's not under control heard it.
And Lily takes off.
Shit.
To find Dalavash.
Is the psychic link still up?
Probably not at this point. It was only 2 hours.
I technically, I'd have to short rest to be able to do it again, but
Where
I
are
can
you
technically get it
standing
back.
currently?
Cora?
Yeah, where's Cora standing?
We had probably barely gotten into
Yeah.
the tavern at that point.
Y'all
We were
had
right by
barely.
the fucking door.
Oh, yeah.
You all have
We're
some
right next to each
distance.
other.
You all have some
Yeah.
distance between you and Beckett.
Okay.
Except for Ivor,
He's
because Ivor
gonna-
went closer.
He's gonna be
Yeah, and that's what
he's gonna be as
left.
quiet as he can to try and make sure that other people can't hear.
Yeah.
But he's just, who was that man?
Because she has her Kalishtar
Mm-hmm.
thing that she can do still. It's just it's an hour-long
Yeah.
thing. It's the psychic link, but for an hour, basically. Just in your head, Magna. That was Beckett's uncle. Beckett and Malik's uncle.
Was that the same man that was standing over there in the tavern?
What?
The one did you not see it?
The way that was delivered, I'm sorry. The one that was standing, did you not?
No, I didn't. That's why I asked what.
Oh, because there was a man standing in the middle of the tavern. It was a ghost.
That's not great.
It was kind of like the mirrors over in the temple, but he was not in a mirror. He was just standing in the middle of the room.
I mean, he didn't die from one of the monsters. He was killed by Beckett.
Then
We don't
maybe that's
know
why
what that means.
Maybe that's why he's standing. And if things are starting to, fall apart, then who's to say he's not going to come back?
I don't know. I don't think anyone who is with us knows either. This isn't normal. Nothing
No.
that's happened today is normal.
No.
Thespis went to go get Dimitri.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. I don't think it's a good idea because I think Beckett might kill everyone, but maybe we might want to free Beckett.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't think Ivo or Thespis would have so much of an issue either.
No. Especially because of Malik.
No, 100% because of Malik. That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah.
If I had known that this is what was going to happen once we started freeing people, I would have said we did Beckett first. I'm just worried what she'll do.
At about this time, Vespis comes back down with Dimitri. And you all see Dimitri in a mode that you haven't seen him in before.
Wait, has he been upstairs this whole time?
He was probably back in his room.
We've only been out for like 2 hours.
Remember, he doesn't work the morning shifts.
Yeah, Wallace gives Dimitri the morning shifts off. So
Oh, I was like, how
Just
early in the morning
vibing.
was it? But I guess, whatever, never mind.
I mean, it's
Time
probably
is an
pretty
illusion.
early because Meredith gets up pretty fucking early.
Yeah, time is an illusion. Don't worry about it.
That is true. Time doesn't work the same here.
If nothing else, he wasn't in the front.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
he is. Now he
His
is.
mind his own business.
Yeah. You see him in a mode. You kind of saw it with Lily. As Dimitri walks over. And you just hear his voice much softer than normal. Just, Malik. And Malik kind of stops and sniffles and pulls a hand back and rubs his face and looks up at Dimitri, who carefully like grabs one of the chairs so he knows where he's at and leans down. Are you okay?
Wait.
I don't know what you just said. So, and he shook his head. Like, yeah, okay. It's gonna be okay. And Beckett, Lily went to go get Dalavash. She should be able to help. Well, you can help more than anyone. But, not a bad idea. Beckett, let me get you a drink. And Dimitri stands up and heads back towards the back room. Yeah? Jenny?
Ivor would just speak up for the first time.
Okay.
Like, since all of that, just... Malik, do you have your bracelet?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
You hear the soft,
Oh.
mm-hmm.
Then you're safe, yeah? You've got magic.
Malik kind of starts holding the bracelet,
Oh,
holding the bracelet that Ivor gave him.
sweet boy.
Sweet baby.
And Beckett's just very gently rubbing his arm. And you guys see her look at Ivor with like a look of like, okay. No maliciousness, not so much hesitation, just
Recognizing it's helping.
yeah. And after a few moments, you do hear someone coming towards the door. The door opens, and it's Lily, being followed by Dalavash. And Dalavash walks in, just, all right, here, let me take the kids for you. And she walks over, like she has her walking stick in one hand, and she kneels down. It's like, Malik, would we like to go to the library? And gives him a smile, and he gives a nod. And she looks to Beckett. I'll take care of him from here. Okay? Beckett's, trust me, if there's anyone I trust. And she gets up and she kind of sits back in her seat. And you see her watching as Dalavash offers her hand to Malik. Malik takes it. And she just very carefully leads him outside, followed by Lily, who is walking with just enough space in between Malik to not be standing over him. She has got his back. You see before they leave, she stops and kind of like looks back at you guys. And Magna, you see her look where you saw the ghost,
Oh shit, she saw it.
but she doesn't say anything.
He's just gonna.
And you see her face kind of furrows and scrunches in concern. But after a moment, she takes a breath, and you see in an expression that is far too mature for a child her age, pushes it down,
Oh god.
God.
gives a nod, and heads on out the door.
God.
Fucking dad and her aunt. God damn it.
She's a Dwyer.
Good at pushing that shit down.
So now you are in the room with Beckett, and Thespis and Dimitri are back as Dimitri walks back in and hands Beckett what looks to be some sort of like ale. Beckett just, sorry about that. He gets overwhelmed sometimes, but it's okay. He'll be
You
okay.
don't have to apologize. It's fine.
Well, I know that he would feel bad, no matter what I tell him. And she takes a sip. He's been through a lot.
I assume so.
Anyway. You see her kind of lean back in her seat, just very much similar to the way you guys first met her. She crosses, and she puts like one of her ankles on her knee and is kind of just leaning, slouched a bit in her seat, in a very confident, but in the opposite, like some people sit confidently and poised.
Cora.
Yeah, she's sitting confidently and slouched. As you want to tell me how to sit? Fucking try me. Like that
try it.
Yeah, try
it.
Try it. I dare you. And she takes a sip of her ale, and Thespis is, hey, Beckett, this may be a weird timing. But you... And Beckett just, yes, over her drink, and Thespis.
What?
What are you bothering me with now? After that shit.
You killed your uncle, right?
Wow!
Wow, that's
what the wow!
And you see Beckett,
Bard.
you see Beckett give a smirk. Yeah. Not do it again. Why?
Wow.
Why? And you see that she's not. That's just
phased.
That's
Yeah.
just fact.
She's proud of it.
Yeah, she's very proud of it.
Fucking pest control.
Yes.
That is all that was.
Necessary pest control.
We'll excuse it.
Yeah. And Thespis is, you know where you buried him, right? And Thespis is just, Becca's just, how could I forget? Why?
Before Thespis keeps going,
Yeah.
we're working, and check before talking, make sure that none of the main three are in the tavern. Is Wallace out there?
I'd say during the hubbub he may have slipped back.
Okay. As long as Wallace isn't
He
out there,
got
it's fine.
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
We're helping Thespis and a few others on trying to find a way back to our lives. And there's reason to believe that seeing if your uncle is where you left him might be a clue to how we can solve this.
All right. I had no other plans. And if it can help get my brother out of here. It's been a while since I spit on his grave. You see her just start chugging her ale.
Oh shit. She's a woman on a mission.
She throws it back, basically having just chugged about 3/4 of it. She puts it down with a bit of a thunk. Just... All right. And you kind of hear the clinking of her swords as she gets up onto her feet.
Really quick, because it has to do with the uncle. LeMonster asked if there was a possibility to get a heads up before something related to that ghost and the uncle happens again.
Oh.
Specifically what they say.
Yeah, specifically what they say. Maybe just that one thing that he says.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I saw that. I didn't mean to super quickly interrupt.
Oh,
I just
no.
wanted to bring
No,
that up
it's
because I was like,
totally
that is important.
Yeah, no, that is totally fine. So, I do not mind. But
I'm sorry, the whole time I'm sitting here just thinking we're gonna waltz up behind Beckett and go, excuse me. Would you perhaps be interested in the Avengers Initiative? Like,
I mean,
just fucking.
Also,
I couldn't. I
I
was
knew
like,
that I loved Beckett, but oh my god.
I've loved Beckett since the moment that we
No, the
introduced
thing
to
is,
her.
I knew
Loved
that I
Beckett.
loved her, but like I'm sitting
Not
here,
as
if I
much
had-
as you expected.
If I had my own nut button,
Just
Oh no,
up
I got you. Just let me know when. I got it right here. It's in
right
my
now.
hand. It's in
Right
my
now.
hand.
Jason.
There we go. We have it in my hand.
Every
It's
time
fine.
Beckett speaks or
Oh.
does anything, I'm like, oh god. Oh,
Like
no.
chugging the rest of her ale before going to spit on and dig up her uncle's grave. Yeah.
I will
Gotcha.
say you did make the right thing going after Winter, because Beckett is sort of an unattainable romance.
Yeah.
I love
She is.
I'm not talking about for Ivor. I'm talking about me.
That's
for
okay.
Ginny.
But
It's
she is
just
a-
for Ginny.
She is a demi AF lesbian who is married, so
Yeah.
yeah.
There will be more Beckett content. I am intending
Oh,
on having Cora interact
yes.
with Beckett more because
That is all
I
I
love
want.
Beckett. I adore Beckett. And also Cora can learn a lot from Beckett.
Yeah.
So
You all, Beckett gets up on her feet. This will be our last beat for the night. And you all.
we gotta deal with this next time? Fuck.
Oh no, like we're gonna
Okay.
tackle this and then be done.
Okay.
So she leads you out the front door. You before you leave, you see Dimitri grabbing the mug. Guess I'm on the clock. Grabs a rag, and starts to clean the cup.
You
that
clean that
Beckett-
glass. You got this.
I'll still be doing it when you get back. Believe
Perfect.
me. As he's just
I know what you do.
now he's just cleaning the cup that Beckett had been using. And he probably will be doing so for the next hour or so, because
It's a new cup.
I thought I might branch out.
Ooh.
Joke's on you, it's the same cup.
What? I just served the same cup so I could clean it again.
I only ever serve drinks in this one cup. If multiple people want drinks at the same time, sucks.
If there's anyone else that comes to the bar after I get done serving the first person, they're fucked. They're
Yeah.
shit out of luck.
Yeah, they have to
They
be
gotta
first
figure
serve.
it out.
Either
Drink out
that
of
or
their
just
shoes.
like, unless it's this one cup, I don't clean it. I leave it for Wallace.
Yeah.
Or Larkin. Or Thespis if they want.
So, Thespis will go with you. Right. So, do you all head out with Beckett?
Yeah. Yeah. No, they can go dig up. She can go dig up the grave by herself. It's fine.
Just whistle while you work.
Just you want to spit on your uncle again? Go ahead. It's just
mean,
a free moment.
If I can pick up a bed, I can dig up a grave.
I can pick up a corpse.
I can pick up a corpse. I can pick up a dead body.
I forgot we were gonna go to the library today. God damn it.
Well,
We have
The day can be
other
extended
days.
next week. But
so, you all. Well, if we make this quick, I don't know what all you wanted to do at the library.
Books.
Oh, okay. Well, if Ivor wants to go to the library and we split the party, we can make this quick.
Up to you.
Yeah, she probably doesn't want to be anywhere near a corpse, to be
You know, that's
completely
fair.
honest. She has dealt
Cora
with her
doesn't
fair
either,
share
but
of
she's
them,
dealing with
and
it.
she doesn't.
Okay.
mm.
Okay.
If they can let her know later, great, but
Yeah,
I don't think she wants to be
of course.
around that, especially because she's anticipating a smell, and she. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I
You
can't. I
know-
would. What I can do. Yeah, I'm gonna
Tell us
switch
later.
the. I'm gonna switch the. Jesus Christ, the mind link response that I had for Magna because I don't have a limit on what I can do it with, and I'll do it with Ivor
Okay.
just in case. So it lasts for an hour. I don't expect
Okay.
this to take more than an hour.
Yeah.
Before we leave, she'll do that and just let her know, like, hey, if you need anything, just let me know.
Okay. Magnum.
I was actually gonna say I was gonna stay with Ivor because I mean, as much fun
Okay.
as it would be to dig
Sure.
up a corpse, I
Okay.
mean,
Magnum.
She'll still keep the
technically-
connection.
I was gonna
with
say
Ivor.
this is technically Thespis and Cora's game plan.
Yeah.
So
This is my game plan that I've just
well,
forced into
Thespis
the
is
game.
tagging along. So
So okay, so we're gonna do a little split the party. So I'll be keeping up
Corpse
pace.
digging.
Ivor and Magna will go to the library, and then
Yeah.
Cora and Thespis will go with Beckett to investigate the dead body. So,
You know,
Excuse them.
normal Mondays.
Have fun.
Peaceful
So-
Mondays.
So Cora, Thespis, and Winter. Cora, Thespis, and Beckett. Go, and Beckett leads you down the path a bit. It's the path that you all entered town through. And as you go, as you walk out, she eventually kind of makes a turn and leads you off the road.
Mm-hmm.
And she walks out for a little bit. And, as she leads you out into the fields for a little bit and just goes, I will let you know it has been here for a while. So,
Take it.
it won't look pretty. Never did anyway.
I've had my fair share of corpses. It's fine.
So Beckett eventually kind of walks you out further into the field, and you see Beckett kind of take a step, look around, kind of seems to be calculating distance from the road, distance from the town. This is about it. You see her pull off a pouch, a little bag off of her belt, and unhook it. You see her pull it open.
Mm-hmm.
And then very Mary Poppins style sticks her whole arm in the bag.
Ah, nice.
Which is round.
Nice.
And you see her pull out what looks to be a sort of a narrow-headed shovel. You never know when you need one of these. And she reclips her little bag of holding onto her belt.
That's fucking sick.
And she starts to dig. And as she's digging, so what exactly will figuring out if my waste of space uncle is still taking up space here?
I guess we don't know if death frees you from this place. We don't know if our entire being was transferred here or if it was just some part of us. We don't know a lot. And just crossing off things off the list, honestly.
All right. As she's still digging, after a while, it would have been a shallow grave.
Yeah. Quickly dug.
Yeah. You see her then using the shovel to kind of push stuff out of the way. And she gestures into the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Thespis would look over and in.
So would Cora.
You see a skeleton. A lot of it's decomposed. It's been how many years? Again, as you know, Beckett and Malik are of this group that you know.
Been in for a long time.
Yeah. It looks like the body may have been kicked in, not lowered in, like it's kind of on its side.
It literally just to get it in the ground. That was the goal. Yeah.
And Beckett just, and you see her, she just, she
spits on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Valid.
Yeah. And just, and she gestures to the gold band that she's always worn around her neck, which is very ornate.
Mm-hmm.
Hugs her neck, has very elaborate designs, and she tink it. He thought that'd be enough. I dragged him to hell so I could kick his ass some more.
Nut. Sorry, I wasn't prepared. I should have been.
I should have been ready. Well, you did a damn good job.
Damn right I did.
Cora's going to... Is there anything left that he had on his person?
You could see what looked to be maybe like...
It hasn't decayed from time.
Clothes would probably be... like you could see pieces of fabric. But... Yeah. Yeah?
I know I wouldn't know this in character, but as a player, I have a question.
Yeah.
Naturally.
So hair and nails don't grow.
Right.
People don't get older, but people decompose.
I would say that it doesn't look like the whole typical bugs and like
Yeah, because we don't know.
Right.
As far as we can tell, there's no bugs.
But something's been breaking that body down.
Oh, that's fun.
That's definitely weird.
Necromancy, perhaps?
Yeah, because Cora would have a inclination of that just because she's dealt with a lot of death in her life.
Yeah.
How did it end up like this? No, I know he ended up like this, but how is it just a skeleton? How is that's not how there's no animals, bugs, anything. That's not how bodies decompose.
That would be a conversation for my wife, not me.
No, sorry, I'm thinking out loud.
That's okay. I don't know. All I care about is that he's in that hole and that he stays in that hole.
He will. I had no intention of digging him any more up.
Because I will bash him to dust.
If you don't want to, you don't have to. But what happened?
With my uncle?
Yes.
Well, and you see that she's starting to now put the dirt back on the body.
Yeah. Cora's going to be watching.
Yeah.
As she does.
I was in training by my parents to take over the family business. We ran a trade sort of deal. We would gather tools, supplies, weapons, magical items, anything. Sell them for a pretty penny. Still competitive rates, but we had a good reputation. It was a very successful business. My mother built it from the ground up. My father helped here and there. She came from very little and wanted us to have as much as she could give us. It was especially a huge surprise when she had Malik. She'd only ever expected to have me. But it wasn't an unpleasant surprise. Everyone was able. My mom also had some magic items that helped the whole aging process thing. Considering that my dad was going to live thousands of years. She didn't feel like kicking the bucket that much earlier than him. But those items help with aging. They don't make you impervious to death. And my uncle, who was my mother's brother, one, always hated my dad. And to an extent, myself and Malik. He hated that my mother had married an elf. And then had kids with an elf. We didn't even come from that conservative of an area. It's just something, I don't know what he had against him. But he also wanted his son to take over. And again, she's still putting the dirt. My cousin was not a businessman. He wouldn't be able to sell food to a starving man. But my uncle was adamant about him getting the business so that he could get his name with it. Retirement. My mother had offered to help him, but he didn't want the help. He wanted it all. One day I was off on a business trip. I came home. I knew something was off. I felt it.
I know that feeling.
Walked in the door, my parents were dead. on the floor. Mother on her stomach, father on his back. I knew that Malik would have been next, and I thought I could get to him. But I didn't. I fucked him up. He fucked me up more. And the next thing I knew, after dying, he and I woke up at about the same time. Apparently, he had planned to frame me. I would have come home, family would have been dead, and I would have been the last to see them alive.
Yeah.
He should be grateful that I was the one who killed him. And not my mom. He would have looked like that nigh immediately if she got her hands on him. So, that's the gist of what happened.
Yeah. So, I'm usually the person that asks the kind of intense questions. I'm sorry. When you died, you remember losing consciousness and then waking up here. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember seeing a light. Old typical. There's a light before, and they have the theories of it's the brain, but it got light and then it got hazy, but while I know that I can endure a lot, and she lowers it, and you can tell by the gash, the scar, the thickness of it, that she was probably nearly decapitated.
Fuck.
Like, it goes across, and it's thick.
Cora kind of clears her throat because she remembers how that felt.
Yeah. And she raises it back up. He got me good.
Yeah.
I just got him better.
You won, it seems.
Well, as long as we can get out of here, then it'll be a full victory.
For what it's worth, two things. I do wish you weren't here, but I'm glad that you're here with your brother. Glad that you're here together. And we're going to do everything we can to help protect Malik. Because no one deserves to be here. Not a single person. But it's hard. It's difficult. And I can't imagine Malik having to deal with being here. But we're going to do everything we can to make him as happy and as safe as possible. You're not alone in that. I don't think there's a single person, a few people probably don't care, but there's not a single person here out of the people you talk to on a daily basis that don't want the same.
Oh, I know. He's got a lot of people in his corner.
He does.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Because that means that if anyone lays a hand on him...
That person won't last very long.
No. So.
I appreciate you taking us here and talking with us.
I got no reason not to.
Gave me more questions than what I started with, but another step.
And every step forward is hopefully in the right direction.
I hope so. I do still want to play cards with you.
Oh, well, of course. I have to kick your ass some way.
Yeah, I feel like you kicked my ass in more than one way. I'm gonna be entirely honest with you.
I could. If you want to spar or train.
I feel like being here I have to.
Well, stop by the guard tower. Dalavash and I spar quite frequently.
Good to know.
I would say, hold back on sparring the Dwyers for a bit.
Yeah, no, out of any of the people in this town, they're the people I don't even want to spar Lily. I think she could kick my ass. Granted, she did have a different upbringing than I did, so.
Incredibly, yes. I have seen her fire a gun, and I have seen adults have worse aim than her. I'd hate to break her heart.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to give the talk to any of the loose.
I fear that,
like, if you fuck up, that's
it. She's taking care of it.
I can't help you.
I fear the day that they all get out of here and someone does try to break her heart.
I would say that they wouldn't get far, and that would be before Walter could even get out the door.
Yeah.
So, that child's going places.
Certainly is.
Yeah. You know, once you get better at picklocking, get into a race against her. She learned from Richard.
Why does that not surprise me?
He is a terrible influence. But the kids love him. Well, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you again.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
Keep it in mind.
Excellent. See you for cards.
See you at the dance.
And she takes the shuffle and kind of brushes it off, opens her bag and puts it back in, ties it closed, and heads on out.
Yeah.
So now let's transfer over to Magna and Ivor. Happening at about the same time. You are still hearing thunder in the distance now and then. That whole ghost thing, what the fuck? A lot. So you guys head to the library. You do see that Dalavash has brought Lily and Malik here. And you can tell that she is reading them a story. As she's reading this story, Ivor, I'll say with your kind of nigh constant detect magic on that we agreed, you feel a flicker of something kind of over Dalavash's shoulder. It's not evil, it's not bad, it's just odd.
I know what it is, but Ivor doesn't.
Yeah, it would be her.
Oh yeah, you feel it with Cora too. Sometimes you would have felt it during the when we freed Amir.
Yep. So you would recognize that from with Cora when you freed Amir, but again, not hostile, not bad. So yeah, but that she's just reading to the kids. What do y'all do?
I think just gonna start browsing.
Okay.
Yeah, look around, pick up some random books, see what they are.
Start seeing if, like, I feel a draw towards anything in particular, like, because there's not much I can do with the fingies.
Yeah.
So.
So you're both looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want you both to roll a d20. This isn't like a check. This is just for me.
Okay. 17.
8.
You got odd, Ivor? 17? Okay, odd and even. All right. So, Ivor, you kind of feel a draw towards a book that feels fairly sturdy, like a hardback. It's not thick. It's not like a thick book, but it's got some heft to it. But you can't. You would have to probably take it to Magna to have it looked over.
Which she should.
Yeah.
I think I will say that her number one goal with this visit is 100% to find any books that correlate to any of us
Okay.
in particular, but she would just browse through whatever.
Okay. So with Magna, before Ivor brings the book to you,
Yeah.
you find a book as well. It kind of just sticks out to you. You pull it out, and it's as if someone had taken a scroll. So it's not a lot of information. So it'd be kind of like this flimsy little thing.
Yeah.
Tiny,
And-
tiny book.
Yeah, which is probably why it would stand out amongst all these other like books. You pull it out and you look through it, and it seems to be an old, like, book that someone would take notes of books being checked in and out, almost like a keeping track of the library books. The handwriting is very flowy, very whimsical, and it seems to be meticulously calculated. But also, while the names don't mean much to you, because some of them are just, you can tell it was code for the person writing, that also seems to be keeping track of books that are brought into the library. Not checked in and out, but added to. You flip through, and to the end you see a little sign, like a signature. And the name is Shire. 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 And at about that time, you hear a rumble of thunder.
Oh boy.
Oh.
And
Oh boy.
all you hear is the faintest little, like, whimsical chuckle. Like, almost like a little too delighted. Not like sinister, but
I mean, it's a little sinister because it's a sentient voice out of
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
nowhere.
And
But it's whatever.
yeah, but it
Fine.
doesn't. It's not like it's not like an evil laugh.
Okay.
And you hear it followed by like a purring sound.
Oh no. Oh no.
And in the corner of your vision, you see this thin, almost as if it was dangling off the top of the bookshelf, this thin black tail that has purple spiral down the fur. But when you look up, it's gone.
Oh.
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 Alice in Wonderland ass bitch, I see you.
I
Okay.
only
I
got to
see
play
you,
them in a
Mr.
game once.
I see you, Mr. Joshua, kind of over there. I see you.
So
I said it like that. I'm
with,
sorry.
with that note, you could possibly assume that this may have been the librarian before Dalavash took over.
Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
Show that
thought.
to Thespis.
Yeah, gonna put that in my pocket.
Okay.
Just in the pocket.
That goes in the important pocket.
Yep. So, but again, like when you looked, you didn't see the ghost. It was like more just in your peripheral.
Yeah, it's like you saw something
In the
that you're
corner
like,
of your
oh,
eye.
that's kind of what that could be.
Right.
Then when you looked, it wasn't there. Okay.
Yeah. And so that's 2 tabaxi that you have seen throughout.
Oh man, got a lot today.
Ivor brings you the book, and
I could use your eyes.
Okay, I have 2 of them, and they will help.
So do I.
I have
They don't-
2
mine
of
don't
them.
work.
You know, I realized after I said that they really shouldn't have said that.
They
Let me
just
just
don't
see the book.
function.
Let me just see the book.
So, you open the book, and it's like it looks like a scholarly book, like one that would be used for research, arcane research, and it's talking about different types of creatures, specifically like otherworldly creatures,
Okay.
fae, eldritch, abyssal, shit like
So
that.
this belongs to a ranger.
And as you're going through this book called The Ivor for a reason, and you could tell that a lot of care went into running the library, especially with the book that you had before.
Yeah.
A lot of care went into providing needed books. So this book, as you go through, you find a section. You good, Chelsea? Okay. You find a
My ears are starting to hurt, so I was like, I gotta take
yeah.
these off for a second.
This will be the last thing. You find a section that is labeled like sort of guardians and barriers. So like beholders or sphinx, creatures that bar passage. Some protect, some are assigned, some are naturally there. You see certain types of dragons hoarding treasures, like just basically anything that could fit into that category. And you go through and you see a creature that is large in stature, seated on its hinds, chest proud, a dog, sharp features, piercing eyes.
Excuse me?
Okay, so we read.
You read? All right. So, you continue to read. And that these sorts of creatures are often summoned, assigned, but no mortal can assign. This is the kind of creature that must require the divine.
Now we know Roger's part.
Mm-hmm.
And these creatures are either there to keep creatures in or keep creatures out. Usually at whatever cost necessary.
He's a goddamn guard dog. Quite literally.
I'm gonna ask a question. When, because I'm not there, but this is player question that I needed and ask now because I'm gonna forget. When they start to fight, the fights usually start out in the fields, correct?
Yes.
And they move closer into town.
Yes.
As it progresses. Cool.
So there goes Chelsea. So this is again sort of a guard dog. Usually again commanded by the divine deities, very powerful fae. Again, usually to keep creatures in or out.
Fuck. Fuck.
So, I mean, Magnus is like reading this out loud, but like hushed.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh shit. Just for LeMonster. So I just asked when, because their Twitch glitched. Okay. when we found out about the dogs, I asked, the fights usually start out in the fields and then move closer into town. I was just confirming that because I have a theory. Anyways, that was all.
And to those of you who were outside, you do remember the creatures having black eyes, but there was the flickering of red rings. As if.
I remember.
Yep.
I wasn't out there, but I remember.
Yep.
Swear to God, Casper. Yeah. Okay.
So
Fuck. Okay.
those are the books you find.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Ivor, I will ask you this: are you satisfied, or do you go looking for another?
For more.
She's looking for
What?
She looks for more.
Okay.
It's Ivor.
Yeah. Magna, do you as well?
I'll also look for one more book. Why not?
Right, these will be the last ones. Roll again.
Fuck.
Actually, no, I'm gonna give little shit boy time to,
Oh, is his prison time over?
So even.
We'll see what he does.
Even.
That's a 7. He's
Odd. Okay.
stupid little butt.
So Ivor got even.
Back to jail.
Magna got odd.
Back in the corner for you.
Back in prison.
Go over there.
So, with your even, Ivor, you again go through. Another book that you find is much thinner. It's like it's a soft cover, paperback, basically. Probably like the size of a novella, like pretty thin. And it's a book about. I'll say you bring it to Magna. Magna reads it to you.
Yeah.
It's about the differences in magic between, and a lot of this is information, Ivor. The differences between wizards and how they get their magic versus sorcerers, how they get their magic versus clerics, and just all, and the differences between making pacts with different types of creatures. Talks about the difference between a warlock making a pact with a god and how that may be different with a cleric or a paladin getting power. And just the different types of powers that one could grab and one could have, and how these different pacts would work. So it mostly is just like a deep investigation into the different types of magic and different ways that people can obtain magic. And when it comes to things like pacts and deals, the different types of creatures you can make pacts with and how that will affect your magics. So that's basically what you find. Magna, with your odd.
Did you say you're odd? Because I am.
Oh, well,
But
I
I
meant
rolled an
the
odd
possessive
number.
odd, but also
Okay.
yes. So as you're going through, you, after reading this book for Ivor, find your own. And you find something similar to the storybook that Cora shared with all of
Thespis,
you. That
yeah.
had Thespis and Thespis'
Yeah.
lore. But this seems to be more of a handwritten account. And it's listing various gods from various pantheons. Some you recognize, like they may have been popular in your dimension, like everyone at least heard of some of these, right? But others are ones from dimensions that you
Don't know at all.
This
Just
could
what the
be from
fuck?
my dimension, but I don't know. Probably not. Like Paylor is not from your dimension, and it sounds like he's a big fucking deal wherever Amir is from. So it's like all these. You do actually recognize. You do see Paylor. You see a section on Paylor about a chapter, not a chapter, a page, about a page. It's on the basics of the Dawn Father, the Sun Father, the god of harvest and healing, blesser of marriages and crops and births. And it kind of goes into what's expected of different followers. Basically, farmers are to nourish the land and take care of the people. Priests are to preach the teachings of. Paladins are to fight the undead. Though there is a slight asterisk of the updated term for undead is basically now like ghouls, zombies, stuff like that.
Jesus Christ.
Things like
all right.
things like sentient undead aren't as commonly pursued anymore unless they are spreading it. So like if you have a vampire who's embracing a bunch of people, then that's an issue. But
That's a problem.
That's a problem. You flip through and you see Bahamut. You flip through, you see the Raven Queen. You flow through and you see various. You see a deity of Tamora, who's of trade and wealth and coin. You see, as you scroll through, you see Sune, the goddess of beauty and love, of self and others. And similar vibes from Verlier in the temple. The Cat Lord, you see, who's sort of the patron deity of most tabaxi and other feline creatures. Further, Lilith. There's a deity of Ilmater, who is one of endurance, whose symbol is of two hands tied by red cord. It's just a long list of various deities in kind of not organized by pantheon, not organized. If you want to roll and see if you want to see a pattern, I would give you investigation.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Would I be able to assist and give advantage by just listening to Magna read this out
Sure.
and adding my own 2 cents?
Sure.
This is investigation?
Yes. You'll have advantage.
Okay.
Cat Lord, the god of all cat boys. Okay.
17?
17? Okay. And that was your highest one?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Woo!
So, as you're going through, something kind of clicks with you, Ivor. Well, Tamora, that sounds up Beckett's alley, right? And Beckett was... So as you're scrolling through and you're seeing the order, when you compare it, Tamora's first of the ones that are sticking out to you.
Yeah.
And as you go further, ones that you know are associated, like the Raven Queen. You know that Durish is a reaper for the Raven Queen.
Order of the people that came.
Comes after Beckett. As you keep going, you've skimmed through a few more gods, and then you see Lilith, who is often associated with the undead, the first vampire.
So Richard and Claudius.
About that time. And so ones that kind of stand out to you, and you know that Paler and Bahamut are one after the other.
Yeah.
Bahamut would have
Makes
been
sense.
listed first because Biren died first.
Biren Church, yep.
Yeah.
And Paler. But there's many gods you don't recognize, and you know that these are probably also associated with some of the Forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sune.
Yeah, like Sune. So, yeah. There are multiple gods that you don't recognize. I mean, there's one that doesn't even have a name.
What's the first one on the list?
The first one on the list... I never did come up with her new name. Because I didn't expect you all to. Well, it's a deity that has multiple names, and I'm using that for inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fuck it.
Didn't expect that question.
No.
My brain went, Kevin.
Yes, God, Kevin.
God, Kevin.
No. I will say, kudos. This is the first time.
Tim.
This is the first time that y'all have
Tim.
thrown me off.
Yes.
Woo. We did it.
What's the first God, Casper? Tell us.
The first god would be
Kevin.
Tim.
Kevin.
As Little Monster said, Gary.
Gary.
Gary's a good name. Gary's a great name.
All right, the first god that you see on this list would be
Gary.
Eris.
Close.
That's close to Gary.
Erise.
It's close to Gary.
Eris, yes. So similar.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Like,
No.
And just really quick question: what was the second? Just so that we can have that too.
You want to
Gary.
know something? No, not Gary.
Aw, damn it.
Tim. It's Tim.
Kevin.
The second one that would be in there
6,000 feet
Wait.
in the air.
would likely be a deity that I'm gonna just cheat. Is a god that you do not recognize, and it does not ring
What's
a bell.
the third one?
It does not ring a bell for anyone in Nexilis.
Oh, okay.
There
Yes,
is-
but Ivor would remember the name.
It is a god from not your dimension, meaning that your world would have no knowledge of
Okay,
this god.
anyways.
Yeah, but Magnus reading it.
Anyways.
Ivor gets
the
a really,
first-
really, really bad paper cut. She takes like
Oh
40
my
points of damage.
She's dead.
She takes all of the HP that she has left.
and doubled.
gone.
She's just
All of
perma-dead.
it.
It's fine. The first god. What does it say on the first god?
Eris,
Yes.
Actually, you guys, hold on. I'll be right back, but keep going.
can you hear?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'll be okay.
Yeah,
Just, I'll be back. Just do it.
It was
Oh,
literally
shit.
his
Do it.
question.
Fine.
You
It was
might-
literally his
I'm writing
question.
notes.
It's fine.
I'm writing
It was
notes.
his
Okay.
question.
It was his question, but okay.
It literally was his fucking question.
So, Ares would be a very powerful deity who was once a guidance of fate. So one of the highest in the pantheon, the respective pantheon. And then the fate turned bored. The fate turned to feeling restricted and held back, guiding people on these paths and never changing, setting things in motion and just watching. And then the fate snapped and turned to chaos, killing the entirety of their people
Oh, fucking.
and
God
the
damn it.
entirety of the rest of their pantheon, which has been known to happen in multiple pantheons. You know that that's what happened with Thespis.
Mm-hmm.
But this, you know that god was the deity of protection and the home,
Yeah.
not fate.
Yeah.
But this deity went from fate to chaos. And when this god started to risk killing others outside of their pantheon, stepping in other territories, many other gods from many other pantheons came to action. And that's where the story ends. Doesn't say what they did.
Maybe they were banished to Nexilis.
Fuck. That's fun. I wish Jason was, here.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Because now I gotta wait for this fucker to come back.
Fuck, rude.
It was your question.
What?
You were the one that asked about who the first god was.
I know. Sorry, I had to help move something really quick. So I had to help move something.
Looking.
Guys, my mom can't move things by herself.
Basically, Eris was a deity of fate who became bored, who felt restricted, who felt bound to just controlling these other lives, but never letting these lives spin, just putting them on a path and watching them go. And so that deity turned to chaos and killed basically the entirety of their civilization, as well as the rest of their pantheon. They were the only remaining god. When they did this, gods of other pantheons had to step into action to protect their civilizations and their pantheons. And that's basically it.
It's not Thespis's.
No, it's not. Thespis' ex was the god, the deity of protection that turned to the god of war. Not fate turned to chaos.
Chaos, yeah.
So
I just wanted to put that out there.
yeah, because
my immediate reaction was just, huh? No, like I dead ass checked our fucking RP.
Yeah.
Because Thespis almost said their name, and I was like, I need to check
Nope.
that. I was literally doing that as you were talking. I was like, I need to check that.
Nope, different names.
Yeah. No, I got that. I checked it.
So
Different names entirely.
Yep. So you all, you find these books, and at this point, as you all would be heading back to the tavern, I will say it's getting towards the end of the day.
Lots of reading, digging graves. Takes a long time.
What a day.
Yeah.
Takes a long time. Dug up a grave, got spooked by some ghosts. It's a great day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you all,
Asserted dominance. It was awesome.
it's great.
Yeah, Gideon fucking scared the shit out of Gideon, literally.
Yeah, literally.
That man crumbled into himself.
So
He deserves it. He's a
Yeah,
bitch.
he sure does.
So you all head back to the tavern.
Bastard.
You see some people are in for dinner. You see the twins, the Dwyer twins are there. Like eating, chilling, hanging out with vibing with Richard and Claudius. There's laughs, there's jokes, there's negging, there's teasing, there's
Just assholes being assholes,
just having a good time. Dimitri's behind the bar. You see that Beckett and Darish are seated together at the bar. Amir and Birin are also at a table talking, and Birin seems wary.
She's on to us.
I think it's the Gideon shit is what she's probably worried about.
Oh, what I need to tell her about? Oh no, wait, Amir. Or I could tell her about it.
Mirror's a grown boy, he can do it.
Yeah.
Well, he already has.
But she seems wary, but she's sticking by Amir. She's keeping an eye on everyone. She's being very insightful about everyone else in the room. And it's just kind of a calm night. People haven't gone out on patrol yet. It's not that dark yet. You all are offered food for dinner.
Cora, take it this time.
Yeah.
Because it being offered, not being told.
Yeah. Yeah, Jenny?
I will say that Ivor hearing Winter talking would just immediately go over and just walk up behind her and kind of just rest her hands on her shoulder.
Oh. Winter
Just hey, I'm here.
Winter would feel that and going, oh, hey, darling, how you doing? And she kind of wraps an arm up around you and holds you
That's so good.
to kiss your cheek.
So good.
And you hear the faintest of Richard and Claudius. You hear Richard go, I think you owe me. And Claudius is like, I don't have any fucking money, Richard.
I love that!
bitch is fucking Richard's like, bet.
Sitting in the corner like fucking Statler and Waldorf all the fucking
they
time.
Also, the idea of Richard looking at us amused, and it's not because he overheard anything that happened with Gideon, it's like, Winter's gonna fucking go after that one. Right there.
I just love that I don't have any fucking money.
Or she's like, oh, we'll discuss payment later. And he just kind of leans back with a smug grin. And Claudius is just...
Fucking money.
Very small. I don't have any money. You can imagine the kind of pressure I'm under.
So you hear like a seat be pulled up, and it's like, hey, here, sit with us. We're at the cool kids table. And she kind of shifts her seat to the side so that you can take the seat next to her.
I mean, there was a seat available before this moment, but that's your choice. That's up to you.
I don't think Ivor's ready for that yet. That took a lot of courage right there. So yeah, she'd sit down and just hang out with them.
Yeah, just chilling.
Fuck us.
Yeah, you're just chilling, you know.
You guys could come over.
We're not cool.
Not my
kids.
problem.
No. Cora, Beckett sees you and actually flags you over.
She go over.
Yeah. And you can tell that Beckett seems to have like possibly been just telling Darish about your little escapade.
Also, Cora hasn't talked with Darish once. Listen, I haven't talked to Darish yet. We got introduced to her and that was it.
Yeah.
We got introduced to her and that was it.
And Darish is,
It's a weird introduction.
And Darish would kind of give you a look and go, well, care to join us?
I wouldn't mind.
All right. So you are seated with Beckett and Darish. I'm talking usual stuff, and kind of they ask you what you get up to, what kind of card games you like, just sort of shooting the shit. Magna, you walk in.
Last one picked for the dodgeball team.
Magna, you walk in, and quite quickly, Birin notices you.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
I didn't come to her immediately. I'm fucking dead.
And
He's gonna kill me.
And
I'm to sleep on the floor.
Biren kind of like, Magna, come join us.
Hello.
Death. It's death. Run.
Just come into my office real quick. I just want to talk.
Hello.
And just like she kind of sees that you're like, but she's like, sit down. It's okay. What's wrong?
Thought you were going to kill me.
I won't kill you.
Not yet, anyway.
What did you do?
I don't think that I have any reason to kill you.
You don't.
See? Then I won't.
Okay. And he'll sit down at the table.
Listen, I know that we Dragonborn can be imposing, but I'm not going to kill you. In fact, I wanted to thank you for helping Amir earlier with Gideon. He told me that you had been kind of dragged away for something, so couldn't come talk to me, but he filled me in.
Good.
I appreciate you stepping in.
I do have to say that it felt really good.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Oh. Well. I think that you deserve a drink. If you drink. Do you drink?
It has been quite a while since I've had a drink, but
Would you
I
like one?
wouldn't mind one.
You can tell with the way that Amir's dressed that he will not be going on patrol. He's
Good.
He's not in his robes.
Fucking good.
He's in much more
Yeah.
casual garb.
Thank God.
Birin does seem to be in her plate armor. And she's sitting by Amir. You're talking with Birin. You're focused on Birin. You're like, this woman's gonna kill me. Oh wait, she's not. Oh, okay.
Everything's fine. Price is murdered.
I'm going to live to see another day. That's great. Birin, gets up. It's like, I'll be back with your drink. She gets up and heads over. And that's when you realize that Amir has kind of like rested his elbows on the table. And he's kind of staring into his now empty cup. And he looks up and you can see that he is flushed. He's a little drunk.
How much has he drank? That's so good.
He's got a fairly
drunk sunshine boy.
He's got a fairly big cup.
Oh, Jesus Christ! No, who let this happen?
Not
Dimitri. Birin? Who is to blame?
Who's to blame? Who's at fault?
Well, technically Amir, he is an adult.
That doesn't mean shit. He's married to Birin.
He's also recovering slightly,
I don't think for a moment that if Birin said you're done, that he would argue.
That's fair.
I'm sorry, I don't.
No.
He'd say yes, ma'am, and thank her.
Yeah, honestly.
God, me too.
I mean, so, and Amir just kind of, he seems to have just kind of like let loose.
I'm so proud of him.
You know that he's been under incredible stress. Since ever. What?
Oh no.
What?
No, sorry. I'm thinking of all of the things that could come out of his mouth.
Oh.
Because he's drunk.
No. He's in public in the bar. It's gonna be.
No. I'm talking about what we did the other day. Yeah, sip that water. Just.
That's
really
bad.
Not good.
That's bad.
Amir, you can tell that he's getting like a little giggly.
Oh shit.
And he's like,
"Shut up, old man. Shut up, old man.
Shut the fuck up."
It's like, I wanted to say, I really have been appreciating everything that you've been doing. And he like he reaches a hand out and like puts it like on top of yours. And just, I'm not gonna lie, I still have no idea what's going on. I am incredibly confused. I'm incredibly tired. And I want you to know. And he like grabs your hand. And just, I have never been so lost in a long time. I have everything going on, and I know. But if I could just tell my wife.
No,
Buddy, no.
But you don't understand.
No. I know. You need to. This is really important that you can't do it.
But I can't lie.
Buddy.
I have been.
Okay. So go around the subject. Don't talk about what. Don't do it. No. Did you say anything?
No, but she knows
No, she's not. She doesn't know. She doesn't know anything. Nobody's told her anything.
The question that I have currently is, can anyone else hear this?
How loud is this? Amir is whispering, but like people know.
Okay, but he's drunk.
People know he's whispering, but Magna's probably the only person who can actually understand what is being said.
Okay.
I take that. Does it look like they're panicked?
Like them?
Yeah, the two of them.
I'd say Magna probably looks. Amir is obviously just drunk.
Mm-hmm. No, panicked. Very panicked.
Just moves this psychic link thing over to Magna. Just, do you need some help? Are you okay?
I think he's about ready to tell Birin what happened the other day. I don't know.
Do you need or want help? Or are you okay?
I think I'm okay for right now, but I'll let you know if.
Okay, I'll leave this up then.
Okay, thank you. You are my safety helpline if I need to use it.
Sure.
I thought he was just gonna say you are my sunshine.
No, that's
Ooh,
Sorry, that
would
wasn't
not-
meant for you. That was
Sunshine
not
is
meant for you.
now.
That one
Listen,
Cora would not like that
That
nickname.
is not meant for you. Sorry.
That was for him.
That came out
I just
the
realized
wrong channel.
That is a
Sorry.
nickname Cora would not agree with.
Nope.
That came out the wrong channel.
So Amir is just like, Magna,
No.
Magna, I have been tortured by cults, and this is the worst torture I have ever been in. Look at this, and he's just showing his scar.
man.
Put your clothes back on, Jesus. No. Look. We will make sure that Birin is higher up on the list. I promise. So then we as a group can talk to her. I promise, please, but you can't say anything. Please.
Best thing that has happened this entire campaign.
I don't know. Explaining how showers work.
That was pretty good
was
too. I'll
pretty
give it
damn
that.
good.
I'll give you that.
So, this is close to that.
So at this point, Birin comes back. She also you see that she has like an ale for you, and like a big
God.
glass of water that she puts down in front of him.
Kind of sober
That
up,
is a
buddy.
really good idea.
And Biren is like, so what are you two
Eggs.
talking about? And before you can say anything, Magna is just, I was just telling you about the time I had the cult thing. You know, the cult thing?
He's not lying.
No. And Biren is just, you're telling him about the Palorian cult? And Amir's, yes, they were very mean. They were not.
Sweet boy.
They were not good. At the whole Palor thing. And I just was telling him about this, and it healed nicely.
No, please, no.
Put it away, buddy.
Please put your clothes back on.
I'm not taking my clothes.
No,
It's
keep
Magna.
your
I'm
clothes
not
on.
taking it. I'm not taking it off.
I need you. No.
And Biren is just.
I just want to mention that the way that you said that makes it sound like the only thing that the rest of the bar would hear is, I'm not taking it off.
Yeah,
I'm not.
that would be the only thing. Like, most of the people in the bar probably hears Amir going, I'm not taking my clothes off.
Oh no! Don't look. Do not perceive me. I am not doing anything.
Just Ivor turns her head around and just asks Winters, do you think he's okay?
He is very drunk.
I know, do you think he's okay?
Or just knowing like a little bit of what's happening, just Darish and Beckett just see her put her hand, or like her face in her hand, just
And Biren is just. And
the fuck?
thank you for keeping your clothes on, honey. You would be very embarrassed. I know I would.
He's not the last one to take his clothes off. Like we were talking about, we just need to get him wasted.
It's like I'm not
Talking about Pilorian gold.
I have my shirt on. I am
Good.
decent. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And Biren is like, you can tell that she's not buying it, but she also knows her husband's trashed. So, she's like, Amir, let's get you to sleep.
near my love. Bedtime.
It is time for you to go to bed. She looks to you, Magna. I am going on patrol.
I had the feeling that this question was coming.
If you could just make sure that he stays in bed.
Yeah. No. I'll. Got you.
Thank you. I do. I'll get him to bed. Amir. And he's like, I should finish my water. He's like, you can take your water with you. I'm just, okay. I'll take my water. And you see him take the cup. And he stares at it. And he kind of like looks at his feet. I don't think that I trust myself.
Chance Magna. This is your chance, Magna.
Walk and
Carry this man.
carry this. I can try. And like he goes to stand and B-Ren's like, no. And B-Ren is just, let me get him to bed.
Magna's gonna just tap Amir's hand with his thumb, just as like a, you better not, you better fucking not.
And
But you better fucking
Amir,
Better fucking not.
Amir trashed. It's like, and B-Ren is just like, oh, honey, come on. And she,
I know I have double eyelids, but I can still see you.
she wraps an arm around his shoulders, picks him up bridal style,
Bless.
and he just starts giggling like a schoolboy as he's being carried by
He loves his
B-Ren.
wife.
Loves
Little
his wife
sunshine.
so much.
Man. Oh my god. That's my
Sunshine boy.
Sunshine boy.
I love whenever I'm talking about Amir. Just sit down, old man. Every single time.
Just you old man.
Old
Which
fucking
is so
man.
funny.
Sit
'Cause-
down.
Which is so funny because he's our age. Like,
But he gives grandpa vibes. Like
Yeah.
he gives
Oh,
really
yeah.
good
He sure
grandpa
does.
vibes. So like
He
that's
sure
my
does.
first response.
Yeah.
Is shut up, old man.
that's fair.
Like I love him. I love him so much. Shut up, old man.
And you do hear Amir just like talking, and B-Ren is like, remember you said shh, and Amir's shh, and like sipping on his water.
I'm gonna like wait until the moment Biren leaves that room
Yep.
to go up there. Like, all right, what the fuck did
Say
you
anything.
say, you
You
little
better not.
you little
Old man.
bastard? What
Shit.
did you
Little
say?
old man.
You
What did
little
you say?
rat bastard! What did you say?
Into
So
interrogation.
Yeah,
So-
right.
you are still Cora. You are still seated with Beckett and Darish. They watch this whole thing, and Beckett's. That happens maybe once every couple of months. He doesn't drink often, considering how often the Dwyers get drunk and dance on the tables.
Oh, I'm downing my drink, by the way.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I got so much shit I gotta deal with
Fucking
after this. I swear to
fast.
God.
He hasn't had a drink in a hot minute, but it's gone.
He just gulped it down. Gulped that bitch down.
Just down, just on the shirt, on the like. He's no. I need this. I need this.
I don't know how to drink it, but I need it.
Don't know how to drink in this moment,
Yeah.
but I will try.
No wrinkles.
Thespis, you do see Thespis like kind of going behind the bar to Dimitri, and it's just like, hey, I'm actually gonna tuck in early for the night. I need some time. And Dimitri's, yeah, go for it. And Thespis just like looks to you, Cora. Whenever you're done, I'll be upstairs.
You okay?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just a lot of stuff today.
Yeah.
And Thespis does seem quite tired as they
Yeah.
head upstairs. Winter is now sitting with an arm around you, Ivor, and is like, a handful of us will be going on patrol, so don't you worry. It'll be a pretty big group of us. Rich and Claudius have been so kind as to join tonight. And Richard is just like, you make it sound like I did this out of the goodness of my heart. I'm just bored.
Honestly,
bitch,
with
poor
Richard
thing.
there with you, I'm a little more worried for your safety.
And Winter just, you think that I couldn't take him? This little
Oh no,
twink.
I'm not worried about him attacking you. I'm worried about him getting you into a situation that's not very good.
Richard sits there at what Winter just called him.
Woohoo!
Gives a,
Yeehaw!
Little twink.
Richard gives a, and Winter's like, I don't think he can get me into any worse
God, I
trouble
love her.
than my brother can. I think. And Walt's like, hey.
Well,
Like,
if
God, I
your brother
love
gets
her.
you into trouble, I'll beat him up too.
Oh shit.
Walter, you heard that? She's gonna kick your ass. And Walter takes a second, and looks at you. Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
He'd let her.
Oh yeah, no, he would not. He would let her.
I don't. Also, like
Sorry.
3 fireballs.
Yeah.
I think.
Winter from Tristan, Winter to Richard, silence,
Silence
twink.
twink.
Um
That's so good though.
so, but yeah, at about, come a little later, The bell rings, so people start dispersing. Beckett and
Or would go up then.
okay, Beckett and Darish head out. Thespis is curled up, like seemingly like kind of like already falling asleep. And you hear that they still have that little radio, and they're playing just very soft music to help them fall asleep, especially now that the bell's going off. So they're not like crying, they're not a mess, they're just curled up and blankets.
Tired.
Yeah.
They're just tired.
Winter would head out with her
I'm
brother.
sorry, I just, really quick, I need a very drunk Thespis sobbing at one point, and it's like, what are you okay? What's wrong? It's like, nothing, I'm just thinking about rent.
Yeah.
Oh, they would.
Oh,
They would.
Yeah, they would. Winter gives you a little kiss on the temple before she heads out. And
Ivor stays up.
yeah.
Precious.
Biren would also head out. And she gives you, like, you know, Magna, she gives you a wave. It's not this, like, she doesn't seem mad. She seems more just like, oh, I'm here.
He did well.
Just worry about her husband.
Well.
She kind of walks over and, like, kind of, she, on her way out, she does pat you, like, on the upper back between the shoulder blades. Go, he's yours now. You watch it all over him. I'm gonna go. Keep an eye on something.
He's your problem now. Figure it out.
Right.
Yeah. If you need any help, just let Dimitri know.
Thank you. I will.
All right. You should be sure to also get some rest here soon, okay?
Yes, I will. I promise.
Okay. In case you go to bed before I return, good night.
Okay.
Good night, Magna.
Good night.
I think she's got a smile as she walks out. So you head upstairs. I'm assuming up to Amir.
Yeah. No, he's going upstairs.
You see that about
In my head, I want him to kick the door down. I'm like, all right, you little shit. What did you do? What the fuck did you do?
So now you
did you
have another
say?
comic assignment.
yeah.
That's
Oh
your
no.
homework.
No, it's more like the Candace kicking the door down with the mom holy fuck,
Yes.
but it's like Magna
Amir,
kicking
you little
it.
shit.
Amir, what the fuck? That's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yes.
God.
So you go in, and about that time, like, it seems like a good amount of the water has been sipped on. He's been drinking.
Better fucking have.
You see that he's like,
It wasn't sipped on. Biren basically just waterboarded him.
That's why he didn't say anything, because he couldn't.
Because he couldn't. He was
say
getting
anything.
drowned.
Oh Lord.
and he's also like munching on what looks to be like probably some bread from his bakery. So it's like starch with bread and water. He's in the process of sobering up.
I'm also laughing because he's probably sitting in the middle of two giant beds pushed together. It's just one man, some bread, and a giant glass of water.
And you walk in, and Amir is like looking at the bread and the water. He's looking at the bed. He looks at you and just, you know, when I was in clerical training,
Oh boy.
this was a common snack for us, actually, because it was easy to store, easy to make, and, well, it kept your body nourished enough, at least until dinner time. He sips on the water.
That's just bread, though.
It's good bread. Have you had my bread?
You saying my bread's not good.
How dare you? I'm hurt.
You talking shit about my bread? I'm not talking shit about your bread.
Amir takes a big bite of his bread. Just... I didn't say anything. I talked about other things.
Okay.
I told her how pretty she was.
Okay.
And I just knew that if I could
Sweet
focus
boy.
on complimenting her, that I would be distracted to not talk about other things. And
Good.
and so she just kind of shushed me and gave me bread.
Okay. That's
See, I can do this.
you. Yeah. Yes.
50-50. It's 50-50.
You did a really great job. You did well.
I'm sorry you thought I kept trying to take my shirt off. I'm not trying to take my shirt off. I'm just...
No, it's okay. Your shirt is on, and it's
Your shirt
just
is on.
going
It's
to-
fine.
Your shirt's on,
going
that's
to
what matters.
stay.
Oh, no, yeah,
On your-
no,
yes,
I don't
just-
want to take off my shirt.
Okay,
I have
good.
way too many scars that I don't want people to see, because when people
That's
see the
fine.
scars, they worry, and I don't want people to worry, and...
Okay.
Ronkin
You're
ramblings.
like, "Me
Okay,
too,
buddy.
bitch."
Okay, buddy.
Okay. Have another drink of your water, please.
He takes another sip of his water.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
Oh, but okay, I wanted to say this, but I didn't know. We've been kind of busy, and but I just wanted to tell you. And he looks at you with like the softest look. He's like, you have really pretty eyes. Like, I don't know. It's like, they're just so warm and nice, and I don't know. I thought about it earlier, and then you got angry at Gideon, and I started thinking about it some more. And you have really nice eyes, and I just want you to know that I think that you're very handsome. And he takes another bite of his bread.
Just bro, like,
Those are two completely different
What?
what's that numbers meme?
thoughts.
I guess.
What?
No, don't worry about it. Thank you. That was really nice of you to say.
Just how do those connect? It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, just.
where's the bridge that connects them?
He finishes his water, and he like gently has to lean over. So
Chuck it.
he tries to put the cup on the table. He can't quite reach it, so he has to like lean his whole body. He kind of like thunk, falls over.
He just like lays down.
And like puts the cup on the table.
He's out. That's it. He's asleep.
Jesus.
He's like now on his side. Means he finishes his bread. Just, you shouldn't eat right before going to bed. This is a very bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's
not good for the body. It's not good for digestion. And
Sleepy time.
No. Yes, that is a really nice sound. I like that one. Yes, then you can go to sleep.
Tired.
And he just he had propped himself back up. He curls back up and he like covers himself with a blanket. But it's like
He's so
That's
good.
barely covered. He's laying the wrong direction.
Oh.
Like,
He's
sideways.
laying like
buddy.
log.
Oh, buddy.
And he is out.
What a. Oh, okay.
You're still...
Kieran's gonna come to bed and be like, well, I can't get in.
I'm stuck here now.
About that
no.
time, like Dimitri comes upstairs and he's like, he kind of just like, sort of just like appears beside you.
Ah, Jesus.
He's like, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Why are you so quiet?
I don't know. I just like to not be noticed as much as possible.
Do not perceive me.
Well, now I am noticing that you are extremely quiet.
Sorry, I will do a little jig
on that.
next time.
Please do not do a little jig.
Good, I would
Get Mikhail's
trip
bell
up the
shoes.
stairs.
We give him the jingle dingle shoes.
You give him like a cat. Where you
Give
wanna know where
Dimitri the
fuck your cat
jingle
is.
thing. Oh man, we need little Dimitri bells to help us find him.
Dimitri just... He doesn't handle his alcohol very well.
No, I could
Really?
see and I could hear that he could not
No.
do that. No.
I think Biren may have been trying to get him to be honest. But
Well, it didn't work.
no, it didn't. You did good.
No.
He was about to break.
Biren, you sneaky bitch.
He was about to break. Oh, gee.
Really good.
So,
I think if I had come back any later, then I think he would have probably
Spilled everything.
said everything.
look at you. Riding in at just the right time.
Again.
I just walked in the door.
You sure did.
Yep.
You sure did.
Dimitri. I love Dimitri.
Okay, well, I know that you cannot see it, but he is laying long ways across the bed.
Ah,
Yeah. I just thought that you would find that amusing.
yeah. I I can imagine. That's... And you see, like, the faintest little smile.
Soft.
We may want to get him laying in the right direction, though.
Yeah. He is
Is Casper's back?
It's probably not as heavy as a bed, so I think I can do that.
Considering how often he gets carried around, I'm sure that he doesn't weigh all that much.
No.
All right.
He gets carried around like a sack of potatoes.
I just came to make sure that he was in bed and hadn't spilled everything.
Well, there's a decent amount of crumbs on the one side, but that's about it.
Okay. Well, we'll have to brush those off. Well, you'll have to brush those off.
Excuse me?
B. Rin hasn't demanded I sleep in here tonight, so...
It's your problem.
And he gives, like, this smug little smirk.
I'm just gonna be like, I can't see him.
My job.
I can't see him.
I'm the bartender,
So,
not the maid.
Is the connection with Cora still here?
Probably,
if it's not, yeah, probably.
We need to get that Dimitri shit talking club together really soon.
We can do that whenever you'd like.
If I wasn't occupied, I would say now.
You keep dealing with me. Good night.
Because I'm dealing with Thespis.
Dimitri just kind of steps back. Just... Yeah. Good night. And he starts walking back downstairs.
I also love Dimitri. I can't see him.
No.
So
That's
it's
not my
your
job.
problem.
Oops.
Like it's not even like it's on his job. He literally can't
He
see them. So
literally
he's like, I don't know what you're
cannot
talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Figure it out.
So
Yeah. He's just gonna go over and he's gonna maneuver him.
he's out. He is out.
I don't think you can move him as much as you want. You could probably pick him up and move him to a
I
separate
could
room. I don't
hold
think
him
he'd
upside
notice.
down by a foot
Shake him.
and he would wake. I wouldn't do it, but
But you
no.
could.
I
You
could
wouldn't
in
notice.
theory. In theory, no, but I'll put him the right way.
Okay. All right. So you do that. A quick little wrap up. The ending of the night.
Mm-hmm.
It would definitely sound like the monsters are quite intense. Backup at one point is called, but the situation gets handled.
It's not as intense as the other night.
Right.
Yeah, I would hope not.
But it's intense. It was.
Ivor would have been like by the door waiting
Yeah.
just in case.
I did have one thing, like really small thing, that I wanted to do with this. Was I can wait until after this description if you need me
Okay.
to.
Yeah. I'm also just trying to keep track of the time.
Yeah, no, I know.
Cool.
It's gonna be short because
Cool.
it's getting late.
Yeah. Ivor, you hear people starting to come in. And you can tell that like you come in, like you're sitting there and you hear people coming in. You hear multiple voices. You hear Mikhail and Hitchwire. You hear
Because I joined, forgot.
Richard and Claudius. You hear Dalavash as she's kind of commanding people to go sit in different seats, because she is primary healer. But she doesn't seem like frantic. And people are talking. No one's like, oh my god, no one's freaking out. But it's
Not like the other night.
Right. But you can tell it's like, you're hurt. You sit down. I'll get you in a moment. You wait there. I'll patch you up in a second. Then you hear B-Ren come in, and she's very similar, getting people patched up, healed up. The Dwyers do come in, and it's very quiet for a moment. And you hear footsteps approach you. And it sounds like the tail end. Like Winter's coming to. She's coming back from everything. So her tone is thawing. It's warming up. Sorry if you're worried. We're all alright.
Just reaches her hands out to hold on to Winters.
Winter, there's like a pause, like a little bit of a longer pause than normal. As Winter just, my hands are gross. Okay. And she takes your hands, and they feel wet. Like, they feel warm and wet. Probably
Don't,
bloody.
Jenny. I know what she's gonna fucking do. Jenny, I swear to God.
Like bloodied. Like
Yeah.
she's a little fucked up.
And you can't tell if it's hers or not.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Dalavash
Are you
healed.
hurt?
Well, Dalavash healed me before we even got here. So, if you had asked me about 2 minutes ago, yes. But it's nothing but a few more scrapes and bruises. I can
Did
sleep
you
this
stay
night.
long range like we talked about?
I tried. Sneaky fucker came up from behind me.
Going to have to kill you.
I know. What a way to go.
Okay.
And she leans in and she gives you a kiss on the forehead. And you can kind of feel her getting a bit more jovial, more movement, less stiff. Now, if I can go wash my hands, maybe get some change of clothes, unless you'd rather me not stay again. And you hear Walter chime in, "Stop stealing my sister!"
If she wants to stay, I'm not going to stop her. Maybe you're the one that's driving her away.
Oh, shit. Like, Walter kind of looks at Winter.
Got me there. Fuck.
Walter looks at Winter. He just, have I gotten that annoying? And Winter's like, Walter's, you just hear, Ivory, you just hear, ouch, shit. And Winter's like, no, you haven't. Shut your mouth. And Winter's like, let me go wash my hands.
I love that.
I'll head upstairs. And she walks away, and you do eventually hear heavy footsteps, but they're not the same kind of heavy as Biren.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear a voice. Do you need a towel? It's Hitchwire.
I'd appreciate one.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Let me. And you
Yeah,
hear some.
I'm glad that I can't see.
Oh, Midwire.
Been a minute.
Best. And he pulls out a cloth and he hands it to you. And it feels very soft and it feels warm. Like as if it's like either been stored in a warm thing or it's like it warms itself, but it feels very comforting.
Does he have a towel dispenser?
Towel warmer, Jason. He has a towel warmer.
Yeah, but if he warms them, he can also dispense them.
That's true. Technically,
You
it
know,
would be a
you got me
dispenser.
there. Yeah, you got me there.
So you can keep that, by the way.
I would assume that if it's as gross as you say it is, you probably wouldn't want it back.
You
Your assumption would be right.
You fleshy people have a lot of fluids.
Yeah. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah. And there's like a beat of silence. And just,
I know.
I'm gonna go check on Mikhail.
It's a good idea, but genuinely, thank you.
But part of my job, I have the healing equipment, and you hear
I still appreciate it.
like a ting ting, like metal hitting metal, but like if there was like a cloth in between the metal. Again, very Detroit Become Human, feels fleshy, but there's just metal under there.
Mm-hmm.
Or Data from Star Trek, like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
So just tunk, just... and then it turns around, and just like you hear Mikhail. Just you hear a Hitchwire call out to Mikhail. It's like there's no need. Oh no, and like hurried footsteps as Mikhail is like, I'm fine. I'm just this is. It's like no, stop, sit. But everyone else seems to be fine. Everyone, there's jokes, there's jovial conversation, and you do eventually hear people leaving the tavern. Winter comes back with clean hands. It's like, all right, are we off?
Couldn't hear you. Couldn't hear
Can
you.
you.
Fuck!
There you
There
go.
we go.
I think you have to.
How we
I think
fix
you
it.
have to talk at like a loud volume to like reactivate it or something. I don't
It's
know.
your
something,
gate is
I don't
opening and
know.
your gate is
Yeah.
opening and closing.
I wish I could turn it all the way off
Yeah.
because it's basically doing nothing, but
Yeah.
Zoom won't let me do it.
So, what do you say?
If you want to.
Well, I have no other plans, so let's head on upstairs.
Okay.
And so Winter would walk with you. Head off to bed. And Cora, you had a thing with Thespis?
Yeah, it's very quick.
Okay,
Because I know that we're getting. I want to hop off, and
Yeah.
also Thespis is falling asleep, so
Yeah.
Cora wouldn't make a huge thing of it. Just kind of poking fun a little bit at earlier. Just
Yeah.
what were they telling you earlier that had you so flustered?
Thespis is just like Thespis is curled up, just I'm asleep.
Can't talk about it. I'm asleep.
All right, that's fine. Keep secrets from me. Just kiss their forehead.
Just like it's the very fake snoring,
Mm-hmm.
and just they. And like they're still laying down, and they're like trying to like force the words from their mouth. You can tell it's like this. They.
If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to.
I don't think I'm ready yet.
Okay, it's fine.
I am ready for cuddles.
Good thing I'm always ready to provide those.
You are a gem and a savior, and they grab you and just like pull you down.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And
Kiss with their forehead and cross up.
so that is going to wrap up our session.
Yay!
Trying to end it around 1. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's so good.
So, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Everyone, please know that we will be doing this again on Monday, next Monday at 8:30 p.m.
Okay. I'm gonna turn my camera off because I have to pee really bad.
Okay.
While everyone's saying bye. You guys are great. Thanks. I have to pee so bad. I'm so sorry.
Go. So that wraps this up, and we are going to be signing off for now. Thank you, Cecil's dropping all those links. Reminder that if you post art, please use the hashtag Welcome to Nexilis. We now have an archive of our own tag, so you can go ahead and post your delightful fics and written works.
I was gonna say post them in the either tag Welcome to Nexilis, post it in the Discord.
Totally don't read all of them.
Yeah, because if you do write anything, no matter how long or small it is, literally just let us know, because then I can send you an invite for that collection. Or if you want to post it and automatically add it to that collection, it's fine. You can do that too, because it's just real quick, real easy. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. It's in there, and we will look at it.
Yay! So, and also that we do during the intermission we show off fan art that people draw. So if you draw artwork of any of the characters, you can go ahead and post it in the Welcome to Nexilis hashtag, and also please tag us because we love to see it. And yeah, all right, everyone, we're gonna sign off. We'll see you all next week at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, because it's gotten good. It's
tomorrow
good.
Monday.
Yeah, tomorrow's Monday.
Tomorrow's just
So
Monday.
tomorrow, we play tomorrow.
Tuesday, more like Monday too.
So everyone, take care, stay safe, and